and there's Chef Truth being at the very sessions, and there's Chef Truth being at the very sessions, and there's Chef Truth being very Greetings from the Church of Satan. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, and this is Region Free. I'm joined by Lorne Dixon.
How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing well. And we got Stone Gasman.
What's up?
And we've got from Subjective Perspective Collective, Dirk and Darren.
What's happening?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. A lot of shit's happening in 2 months, looks like.
A lot, yeah. A lot in movies, a lot in the world. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got the whole witchery shit going on, huh?
Yes. Yes. I'm down with the Dark Lord, apparently. Jonathan might be along shortly, but he's spanking the monkey. So
okay.
It is what it is.
As usual.
As usual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he'll be here hopefully in a little while. But yeah. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh man.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. It's a work night, you know. I'm just tired.
I get it.
Yeah. Driving 2 hours a day, working 8 hours, you know. I'm good to go.
Oh yeah.
And back home to discuss atrocities and killer monkeys. So this
is one of the most brutal, right? Region Free.
Yeah. Like if people are expecting us to talk the Scream franchise tonight, you're in for a brutal, rude awakening, I think. Because I don't think in the history of Region Free, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, even going back to the Sausage Factory days, that Salo has ever been discussed. Or if it has, I've never found it.
So I know it's been referenced.
Okay.
But there's been no deep dive in it now.
Okay. So no. Yeah. So yeah, we've got American Giallos tonight as well.
How did I become the elder statesman, by the way? I used to be the new guy.
I'm older than you, Lon.
Yeah, no, I'm talking like in this show's wild spider web of history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, a lot's happened since we've last been on.
More importantly, though, tonight I am drinking some King Kong Cola.
Ooh.
Okay.
What's the flavor?
It's a cola.
Just
it kind of tastes like double cola, but a little bit more with a a fruitier hot top end to it.
Mm.
It's okay. I mean, I don't know. I'll buy it again. I bought it because the bottle's really cool.
Where'd you get that at?
Mr. Soda Pops in PA.
Oh yeah, you got that cool store. You mentioned that before.
It's not like close, but if you're a soda fiend like I am, because I don't do drugs or drink alcohol, so it's soda.
Yeah, we all have.
That's what will kill me.
We all have our evil vices.
Oh, yeah.
Either that or the log truck.
There's a classic meme where it's John Wayne Gacy as Pogo, and then it's just Ronald McDonald. I've killed 1 million times more people than you, motherfucker.
Oh shit. That's the truth.
So yeah, we got a lot to cover tonight. It's good to see everybody in the chat. Shout out Orc, speaking of soda, our resident soda master in the chat. What shall we tackle first?
Let's go killer apes, is there?
Killer apes. All right. We'll do killer apes first.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm very curious. Darren, what do you got for killer apes? I watched a shit ton of Killer 8 movies this week.
Right, so I'm trying to think outside the box a little bit. My favorite is probably one of everyone's favorite, Phenomena, Dario Argento, but I've talked about that to death on different streams. So this time I've gone for like 7 Deaths in a Cat's Eye, Antonio Margheriti, Giallo.
Yes.
This is like a gothic Giallo from the early 70s, 1973. The film is set in the UK, it's set in Scotland, in Dragostone Castle, in the Scottish Highlands. You've got this one lady, Coringa. She used to spend all her time in the summer up in this castle when she was younger. And the opening shot, literally the opening shot, you see this gorilla in the window just looking down. And this gorilla kind of pops up throughout the whole film. And it's a standard Giallo. It's, you know, pretty much you get all these people isolated in this castle. They're getting killed off one by one. But there's so many like different red herrings. We don't know if the gorilla is kind of to do with it or what. The gorilla has like a name as well, James, and he's got like a backstory where he was in this circus, and they kind of what it was, he kind of killed someone in this circus. So the one guy thinks
who hasn't killed someone at a circus?
Exactly. The one guy thinks that's a good idea. We'll have him as a pet and keep him at home in a cage in his bedroom. No, it is exactly what you think it's going to be. It's not top tier by a long way, but it's enjoyable fun. There's like a backstory as well. The legend of this Scottish family is all to do with vampires. If you kill another member of your family, you turn into a vampire and all that. So it's not just out and out Giallo. It's got different, vampire aspects. And
it's been a minute.
Kill a monkey. We got it coming up, Dirk, haven't we, in a couple of weeks, I think, on our show, 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I do love that movie.
But yeah, I highly recommend it. I mean, don't go too deep with it. It's just a standard Giallo, really. But
it's kind of everything in the kitchen sink kind of Giallo.
It is. Yeah, it's a switch your brain off type of film, really.
Yeah.
Well, it's Giallos get simplified in a lot of conversations, right? And people think of them as just slasher movies that are a little bit more stylish, and that's not really what the Giallo began as. Right. If there's one person that's probably most responsible for the Giallo as a subgenre, it would be Wallace, Edgar Wallace.
Yeah.
And I think of 7 Deaths as really kind of a homage to Wallace, because there's a bunch of his different literary works that are kind of at play there. Certainly, spun through the confectionery of 70s, Grimm's European cinema. But I think that some people are gonna, if you want like a very if you want Argento,
it's not that. It's not that.
Right.
So that's my only trepidation with recommending it to people is they got to be adventurous. It's kind of like that situation. Like if people say, I love Tarantino and I've never seen Natural Born Killers, I usually say don't.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Yeah.
Fucking way different.
Yeah, he wrote the first draft of this thing, but no. So it's like Giallo's kind of the same thing. It's like if you just want your black gloved killers, there's some titles I'd lean you away from. But if you're an adventurous film fan who loves European cinema of that whole 1965 to 1982 era, yeah, you're gonna have a ball.
Yeah, a lot of people just, when you say Giallo, a lot just slasher in their head, body count slasher.
Black Glove Killer.
But like if you're in Italy and they heard the word Giallo, they're thinking mystery thriller. Right?
Yes. Absolutely.
And there's so many. That's such a broad spectrum of films that could be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know you guys reviewed recently A Hyena in the Safe, and there's so much good stuff out there.
That's like similar to like a fucking James Bond plot in a way. It's weird. It's a weird one.
Yeah. It's always hard to recommend Giallos if I don't know what somebody likes, because you gotta kind of figure that out first, what you're expecting from it. But 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye, while not an elite level Giallo, I love it. I think it's a lot of fun.
No.
Oh yeah.
You know, Antonio Margheriti, like even when he's off, he's still, usually always entertaining. So I do recommend that one. But Dirk, I'm curious what you got.
Well, man, so I was gonna pick one, but I went a different route.
But you can still talk it because I think I'm talking.
Well, I haven't watched it in a while, so
yeah.
But I went a different route, man, and I'm glad I did though, because I wouldn't have found this film, which is In the Shadow of the Kilimanjaro. Came out in 1986. Takes place in Africa. There's a bad drought going on, and this is based on someone's truth, right? Like I'm not going to say based on a truth. This is someone's truth, but this happened. Like there were baboon attacks, but they were scattered about. This here is like 90,000 baboons are fucking attacking people because there's a drought and they're starving and they're fucking hungry. It's like Night of Living Dead style with baboons, like it's fucking great, man. It's got Irene Miracle in it. She's great, man. Night Train Murders. I'm blanking on other shit she's been in, but anyway,
Inferno she was in.
Yeah, Inferno, damn. Yeah, underwater scene. Yeah, man, there's a scene though in here where like there's an electrician climbing the damn electric pole, and the damn baboon just goes right up that pole, man, rips his fucking leg off and shit. Like there's another scene of dudes changing the tire, and that suspense, man, is killer, man. The way the slow motion's done, it's like it feels like it should have been like it'd be in a 70s exploitation film.
Yeah.
But it's 86. It feels like a respectable film, but an exploitation film at the same time. So I don't know, man. I had a lot of fun with this one. It was killer.
The go-to guy for just adventure films of the time, John Rhys Davies.
Right.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones and Lord of the Rings.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Lost World. Like he was just the go-to British guy for adventure fantasy.
He's playing like an Aussie, right?
Yeah. He's done different accents, and it's always kind of funny.
I thought he was Australian. Like, listen, I was like, damn.
I'd be surprised how many people get the English mixed up with the Aussie accent. I hear that a lot.
But he sounds Australian. I don't know. Look.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just that I've grown up watching a lot of Aussie and UK based movies, but it's a very distinctly different accent to me.
Yeah,
but
I think so. Yeah,
they're different for sure.
That's a great pick, though, Dirk. In the Shadow of the Kilimanjaro, I think is just one of those movies that maybe it just hasn't had that big re-release that has made people see it, because it is so fucking good.
I want to, like, is there a cleaned up version though? See, I've seen a really bad print of it, and it still didn't. I mean, it's dark in some of the parts, and I'm kind of used to that shit though. Like growing up, I used to watch all kind of movies that way. So I mean, but I'd like to see a clean up version of this. It'd be nice. It's
one of those movies. I mean, there's so many re-releases right now. Like that deserves like an Arrow, House of Latin, maybe not House of Laughing Windows level, but that kind of release, because I think it will make a lot of new fans. It's so good. I almost covered it myself.
And it's all real animals.
Yeah.
Real baboons running down a fucking big ass hill, like coming after people and shit. I mean, and the way it's edited, like, it's edited brilliant. Like I think.
I believe it was shot on Super 35. So it's unlikely, because of the relative obscurity, that someone's going to go through the extra effort on this one. Super 35 wasted no amount of emulsion whatsoever. The frames touch. So much like Super 8 or 8mm, the frames literally are not divided by any over fully exposed space. And that creates a kind of challenge for a lot of things shot in the format, because they never had a proper ratio aspect to build off of. So you got to make some choices when you make these films. And unbelievable, The problem is it's so tight when you restore a film to get to profitability. You can't really spend time making choices.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I love this movie a lot. It is bleak. It is mean. It is really well made. But I think it's always going to be grainy and dark. I don't think anyone will actually try and restore the thing to what we probably know it could be restored to, but I just don't think it will be.
Well, if it is, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I still had a great time with with it. I mean, it's like, holy shit! Like you said, it's bleak as hell, just mean as shit. These baboons are
terrifying.
I mean, yeah, there's one scene where dude's like hops in a freezer. It's fucking great, man. To get away from, it's fucking awesome. Yeah. So.
I think there's just something about like real apes in a movie, like those.
I get nowadays with the CGI bullshit, it takes me right out of it. As soon as it fucking happens, I'm like, fuck, man.
They're terrifying. I was around because I was friends with somebody who worked with them. I think they're called capuchin monkeys, the tiny ones.
Yeah.
And not knowing what I know now, I mean, I never would have went in with them because even they can like bite your fingers off. I mean, it happens. Like they're horrifying.
I mean,
they're wonderful animals.
Long as shit, man.
Yeah, I've seen videos of like them stealing like babies out of strollers, like
damn.
And like you gotta bribe the monkeys to get your kid back. Like you got to give them something. Like it's wild. So.
What tripped me out though is like the guy that directed it, Raju Patel. He produced Bachelor Party, and he also
Hanks
produced
movie.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And he also produced The Jungle Book. So I was like, what the fuck?
So it was all downhill, you're saying?
All downhill.
All downhill.
Stone, I'm curious what you're covering.
Yeah. I chose this one only because of the fact that I have a massive amount of respect for the director. I highly doubt anybody here on this panel has any love for it, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there anyway. For one of my first episodes of 60 Minutes of Stone, I decided to cover the Hitchcockian thrillers of director Richard Franklin, who is Australian. And I love all four of the films that he did that were, inspired by Hitchcock. I mean, Patrick, Road Games, Psycho 2, and Cloak and Dagger. Well, his next film is a bit of a baffling oddity because he produced it. He really believed in this project, and it barely anybody saw it. I mean, I think Canon got a hold of it when it got released domestically, and they chopped it down pretty significantly. It's a movie called Link with Elizabeth Shue and Terrence Stamp, who disappears somewhere in the middle of the movie. I mean, there's no explanation as to what exactly happens to him. The only real thing about Link is that I mean, because there's a orangutan and there's a couple of chimpanzees, and they're very real. I mean, they worked with real orangutans and real chimpanzees on that movie. But the weird thing is that, I mean, it just doesn't have much of a story. I mean, it's basically just Elizabeth Shue being shacked up with these apes in this, seaside town in England and whatever. And it's not until the final 30 minutes when things go, dare I say it, ape shit. And, and she's like running around this house, dealing with these apes and everything. But are you guys fans of this movie at all? Like, I mean, does this have any real pull to it? I mean,
I know I've seen it, but
yeah,
it's been a long time and I don't remember.
I like it a lot more than I like Romero's Monkey Shines. I could say that. Sorry, no one likes to talk shit about Romero ever, but like Monkey Shines is a pretty awful experience. It's so Link always. First of all, I'm kind of shocked now that I'm thinking about that you didn't cover it with the Hitchcockian horrors, because the shower scene in Link is kind of a direct homage too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, to Psycho.
Yeah. It's an 80s programmer. It's something you watched. You probably didn't think about much afterwards. But
yeah,
I think it's for that type of entertainment. It's got a place, and I think everyone can have a good time with it. I don't think anyone's going to come away saying that's my new favorite film. But
oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's entirely respectable.
Okay.
It's a good time. I like Link as well.
Comparably speaking to the Kill Rate movie that is now in theaters, I think so. Absolutely.
We're gonna get there. Don't you fucking worry.
Oh, yeah. Give me Link again any day of the week.
Oh, I'll watch Link. I'll watch Link on a loop for 48 hours before I'll watch a minute of the fucking thing in theaters right now.
Thank you.
Let me ask y'all this about the Primate then, before we get into it. What'd y'all think about the trailer? Just curious. Did y'all watch the trailer? The trailer, I thought looked good, but I don't know.
So. Yeah. I think I'll be on defense for that one tonight. I suspect, but
okay.
Oh, animals attack in real time.
Exactly. I saw the trailer when I went to go see Silent Night, Deadly Night in the theater, and I just, when it was over, I was just kind of like, oh, that looks okay.
Okay.
It didn't stand out to me at all.
Boy, I wish that were the case.
I'd rather see Anaconda, to be perfectly honest.
No, you don't. Well,
no, hell no.
I mean, I didn't hate Anaconda. A lot will depend how you feel about Jack Black. Lorne, you will hate.
I'm not a Jack Black guy, though.
No,
I'm not.
Oh, but But everyone knows I would never go see an Anaconda movie, no matter if Jack Black is in it or not.
Right. I didn't even go see the other original.
I did see the original back in the day. I remember it not being good.
People forget that second one.
John Voight as the Great White Hunter.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to really talk about a favorite monkey movie. Yeah. I kind of want to talk about like what the monkey movies and horror really are about.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this won't go long, I promise. It's just that there's one decade that really, above all others, defined this genre. It's the 1930s.
Yeah.
Everything basically that we're still doing was developed in the 30s. It's grown, it's evolved. Don't get me wrong, but the seeds were all planted in that decade. You know, the 31's twin release of Dracula and Frankenstein just made the genre ultra commercially viable, which has not stopped till this day, despite some bumps in the road, right? So in the 30s, we have a bunch of ape as killers, or as villains, or as henchmen of villains in horror films. It's a common trope of the period. And really, what that goes to is what was in the zeitgeist of the time. The 30s saw two things happen in world kind of science news. One was like Egyptology was huge at the time, the exploration of Egypt and the pyramids, and the horror genre just steps right up to the plate immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
By 1933, we're on the second Mummy movie. So the other thing that was going on, though, was a second wave reevaluation of Darwinism. And it was really a profound moment when people were finally kind of understanding what was being discussed, and perhaps being a lot more than a little defensive about it, because America was still a much more single religion country. That being Christianity. And so there was a lot of pushback on the themes of Darwinism. And the 30s through the 40s, we saw a lot of these monkey movies that are kind of America trying to grapple with just that. Certainly Island of Lost Souls is probably the best example of a movie that is dealing with animals and their relationship to humanity and society, and dealing kind of right on the nose with evolution. But even my beloved The Captive Wild Woman, which is a little bit later, is still kind of like reviewing that territory. So monkey movies and horror have a long history, and it's a deserved history. When horror works best, it's exploring the themes and the ideas that are most unsettling to us at a time. And 30s were a great time in America between the two world wars, America was coming into its own in many, many ways, and our obsessions were really the world's obsessions, which to some degree is still that way. I mean, I just saw a British game show of all things, and when they were talking about world history, they started talking about wars, and they talked about all wars America was involved in explicitly. Mm-hmm. And so I think we have kind of an oversized influence on the world, and our fixations tend to bleed down, and that's kind of where the monkey thing comes from.
Mm-hmm.
In a moment, we'll talk about Primate, a movie that's about nothing.
Right.
But Dan, what did you bring to the table for this topic before it goes solidly over a cliff?
Absolutely. So I'll run through a few. One that I did want to talk about, which somewhat not just a regular monkey in this case, is 1969's Night of the Bloody Apes from director Rene Cardona. And if you're unfamiliar with this movie, it basically follows a man, a scientist, who is decides to save his son by as you would, transplant to turn him into an ape hybrid. Right. As you would. This movie, the original 1969 Mexican version, was known as the Horrible Man Beast. Then there was the export version, Horror and Sex, and also known as Gomar, the Human Gorilla in some locations. One of these movies, we got it in the English language version in 1972, and a lot changed along the way. This is one of those movies where you can look for it and find the clothed and unclothed version.
Yeah.
This was very common at the time, so you might think of it as a very sleazy movie or a very originally pretty family friendly for the time.
It made the nasties list. Right?
I was going to say that's the first time I saw it was on the nasties list, and my mate come over one night and he had the VHS. This was like 15, 20 years ago, and I thought it was really goofy then, so I don't know what I would think now. But we're back to it.
Oh, it's definitely got that side. It's often cited as a remake of 1962's Doctor of Doom, but that's actually the movie that Rene Cardona shot right before this, the same year, Wrestling Women versus the Killer Robot.
Oh hell.
So there's
I might be disappointed by that one.
I want to see that one.
That title is a little misleading.
Yeah, it is a little misleading.
I want to see that.
It is a little misleading. And again, these are interesting movies. Actress Norma Lazareno, she shot nude and clothed scenes. One she's wrapped in a towel, the other she's carrying it. The version from VCI. This has had many releases.
That's the one I got.
Yeah, does have the sleazy footage there, so no worries. Exploitation producer, director Gerald Intrater purchased this film and spiced it up with extra footage. He did the same with an export from Argentina that I personally love quite a bit, La Venganza della Sexo, which is more commonly known as The Curious Dr. Hump, where he shot extra sleazy scenes in New York City. And it's a movie I've always loved, kind of the lucha libre connection with Mexican horror, and it's a lot of fun. There's some good gore for the time. And there's just something about these movies. If you've never dived into it before, Night of the Bloody Apes is a perfectly solid way to start. It's get the VCI cut. I really personally love Mexican horror and Mexican exploitation in general, and I
like the uncut version of it.
Yeah. Which you should.
Because when you get into the Spanish horror, like Spanish horror in general, when they cut it at the fuck up, it ruins so much shit, man.
Yeah, Franco regime. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of different versions. Luckily, we live in an age where you're probably seeing the uncut version at this point. Another one I wanted to talk about briefly, because I know a lot of people have mentioned it, is 1990s Shakma from from co-directors Tom Logan and Hugh Parks. Good example of just the real deal. There was a baboon in this movie who Typhoon the baboon, who also appears in David Cronenberg's The Fly, Unmasking the Idol, and some other films of the time. This baboon actually attacked people.
I think I remember hearing that shit now.
Yeah. You're just trapped in a building. Rowdy McDowell's in this one as the game master. It's another one. Real deal. I'd love to see somebody really try that again. I think legally, we'll probably never see that, because these animals.
I mean, why is that though? Why did animal trainers just stopped in Hollywood? Like,
I mean, it still exists. I mean, you look at a movie like Babylon, obviously a lot of animals in that, but just laziness, CG, it's tough working with animals. I mean, it's also tough working with an animal that can and will like rip your nuts off. That's scary. Not a lot to say about this one in particular. Just it's a really good example. 90s horror, one I feel like maybe some of you guys out there haven't seen. And I'm gonna close on one for Jonathan, since he's not here. Congo, from director Frank Marshall. So I have not watched Congo in 30 years. Huh?
You're gonna talk about Sphere?
Oh, yeah, no. Next show. But Congo is one I've legit not watched in 30 years. I remember when this came out in 95, we're not far removed from Jurassic Park changing the game, becoming a huge phenomenon. I remember there were Congo toys all over Toys R Us and any retail store.
Yeah, like a Happy Meal and shit.
Oh yeah. You just assumed it's a Michael Crichton adaptation. He's on top of the world. Yeah. There is no way that this is not going to be a huge smash hit. I watched it again. I did not like it in the theater 30 years ago. It's still not good.
No.
Thank you for the confirmation.
Maggie, like with a voice, like a fucking robot voice or some shit.
Amy, they wanted Amy to be the next ET so fucking bad. Yeah. Like there's plush toys. They were just thinking cha-ching. This movie does have a hell of a cast. Tim Curry is the Romanian philanthropist villain in this. He knew what he was in. He's hamming it up. He knew he was in a turd. You get Joe Pantoliano popping up, Ernie Hudson dropping lines like, "Mr. Ross, I'm your great white hunter for this trip. I just happen to be black." It's one of my favorite lines. Other than honestly some funny dialogue here and there, I don't even think it's particularly satisfying as a killer ape movie. A lot of the action doesn't really come in till the end. There's a lot of off screen. It's not scary. You get Bruce Campbell in there. It's always nice, but no, this one's still kind of a piece of crap. I thought maybe I'd enjoy it as a bad movie.
From my memory, like I don't remember too well, but like I think I would put Lake Placid over this one.
Oh
yeah, no, Lake Placid rocks.
Yeah. Lake Placid's a lot of fun. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't know really this one what in particular does it for people, because the only good thing I can say about it is just some good character actors hamming it up, but it's not a good creature feature for me. So yeah.
The reason why I remember seeing Congo in the theater is because my father, who was an English teacher for 20 years. He and some buddies from his high school, they formed a group called FUS, Faculty United to Survive School. And their whole shindig is that every summer they would get together and they would see what is probably the worst film of that the summer has to offer in the theater. In 1988, they went to go see Poltergeist 3, which was a perfect pick. And Congo, unfortunately, wasn't bad enough for them. They thought it was just mediocre and boring.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not really good. Watch Arachnophobia instead, or Alive. Those are the good Frank Marshall movies.
Yeah, maybe not the best choice for a director. I don't know. I don't mind Arachnophobia, but that's a very very safe, very Disney-fied.
Yes.
Film. Better than Congo for sure.
Oh yeah.
But he did have a thing for casting great character actors, so I'll give him that. But all right, so we've got a new monkey movie out there right now.
Oh God,
Primate, which I might be the only one on this panel that liked. I think that saw it. So
I never seen it.
Well, I haven't seen it. So.
Okay.
It's Cujo with an ape, essentially.
I like Cujo.
Yeah, I love Cujo. Cujo's one of my favorite horrors. I mean, and they didn't have to give what I think the primate's name is Ben. They didn't have to give him rabies to make him he's a chimpanzee. I mean, the point is, if you don't work with it properly, it's going to bite you eventually. I mean, it's a chimp. You didn't need the rabies, to be honest, to be able to sell them.
Okay. So let's ask a serious poll of the chat and the panel here. How many of you think it's a good idea to have a chimp as a pet? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Who thinks that's not going to end in a face being torn off here or there? Like
Exactly. Well, I'm thinking of Project Nim, from the 1970s and how that went horribly wrong. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're closer to 10 times. They'll tear your arms out of.
Oh yeah, exactly. If you don't assess dominance early, they're going to get you.
Yeah,
it's already kind of just like you're asking for trouble, and that's one of the problems.
Oh yeah,
dramatic structure of horror is if you cause the problem, the audience doesn't really care if you solve it. Well, if you're living with a chimp, we all know where this is going to go. There's a reason that you can't own chimps in most states as a pet. Connecticut tried. It ended with a woman losing her face and her hands. So they can't do it anymore.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
But the wife was a scientist in the movie. She died and,
Okay, so that just means that she's a scientist with a really bad sensibility about protecting her family.
I'm not arguing for owning chimp.
No. You know what? At least the movie's consistent because also someone thought running electrical lights over a swimming pool is a good idea.
Oh,
yeah. Who does that? It's just a bad fucking idea, okay? But again, if you're the kind of family that bring a monkey into your house as a pet, as not even a pet, as a family member, I guess that all makes sense. I'm gonna. This is third act, so I'm sorry for everyone who out there is going to see the movie and be disappointed that I'm going to destroy something for you. But this is a movie that explicitly shows the hero's wrist getting snapped by the monkey, and then forgets that happened immediately to the point where she lifts herself out of a pool with that arm.
Yep.
I don't want to hear anyone defending this thing. It's fucking stupid.
It's also under the delusion that chimpanzees can't swim. No, of course they can swim. I mean, it treats the audience like they're idiots. And I hate movies like that.
Okay.
I mean, there's definitely some dumb shit in the movie. See, while Congo, I think, is just a bad movie, this is a fun bad movie to me. I will give you the wrist thing. That was, very noticeable. But I did enjoy it. I thought it was suspenseful. I thought the kills were actually, chimp doing chimp things. We open up.
It's got some carnage candy in it.
There's a lot of carnage candy.
Yeah.
Let me
Faces
ask you a
being
question,
torn
Dan.
off, and yeah.
When the one red shirt boy shows up from the plane in the beginning,
The
and he's on the
frat
bed.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ben takes his hands and holds him down by grabbing his wrists and holding him against the bed, right?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna get some love.
In the very next scene, in the very next moment in that scene, we see Ben's hand reach into the kid's mouth and start pulling at his jaw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is the kid not using his free hand now to try and defend himself? Why is he just lying back and letting it happen?
Dead arm, huh?
Man.
He just got the dead arm going on.
I think that jaw is coming off at that point, no matter what. But yeah.
No, but the whole point is like it treats the audience like they're idiots and
Yes.
100% right. And that's where I would draw the line. Like, don't listen. If you're making something that's truly just an idiot movie, like it's just the concept, everything is just utterly batshit stupid. Fine. If you want me to take you serious, if you think you're a real movie, then I'm going to treat you like a real movie, and don't insult me.
And this writer-director, Johannes Roberts, have you guys liked any of his previous work? I mean, he did 47 Meters Down and Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City.
He made the Resident Evil franchise like go back to the horror roots a little bit more.
Didn't they go back to the game, from what I heard? Like it's more like the game or some shit?
I'm not as familiar with the video games, but that series kind of really went off a cliff.
I stopped watching the Resident Evil franchise, pretty early on. Like
you'd probably enjoy that one more than the last several.
Yeah, but I did play the game back in the day when it first came out, and
yeah,
I will never in my life do a actual autopsy on Primate, but I just want to pull back a little bit of the hood to show you what's wrong structurally with this movie. The movie opens with this early 20s college student getting on a plane to go back home. She's bringing a stuffed animal, we think, to her little sister, and the shock is supposed to be, the surprise is supposed to be that she's bringing it to the monkey. But that aside, because we've all seen the trailer, we knew where it was going to go, so it doesn't land. But she explicitly says, I think my little sister is upset at me because I was gone for so long and I didn't even call.
Yeah.
Okay. So the movie is setting up a theme of absence as the key part of the character struggle, right? So it secondarily decides that communication is also a problem. Her father's deaf and uses a device just like the monkey does.
Yeah.
So we're setting something thematically up there too, right? Except they don't know what to do with the themes, even though they keep kind of edging towards them. Because at the end of this movie, no shit, the father apologizes for not being around, even though he was home with the younger daughter the whole fucking time, while the piece of shit that we're supposed to think of as the heroine was off at college fucking around. It's like they couldn't even complete their own sentence. It thematically doesn't work, and that's why we don't care about these characters, because they don't own what they should own. They don't grow. There's no character arc whatsoever. None. Just to prove that they actually have no fucking clue what they're doing, there's a side character. It's a very familiar trope character, right? In this case, she happens to be the brunette hanging out with the blondes, which already is kind of a cliche. But the movie treats us as if we're not supposed to like that character. Okay? But if you think about the movie, she does nothing wrong. She's hanging out with these girls that want to party. She hooks up with the boy that the main girl likes. But before she does, she actually asks permission. She actually goes out of her way not to trespass over that line. And yet we're supposed to dislike this girl. When all the shit is going down, she's the only one who figures out how to get out of the fucking pool and out of the house. She's clearly the most likable character in the fucking movie, but they treat her like she's supposed to be that, you know, the one victim that you're supposed to cheer when they die. They treat her like she's that, but they wrote her like as like the only character who's honest about her motivations and can actually communicate.
Damn.
It doesn't make sense. It's just bad fucking writing from a structural standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, that lack of communication thing never gets resolved. It's
Nothing
just
gets resolved.
I feel like there might have been a first draft of this thing that was probably fairly tight, and then they kept rewriting it and refilming it.
Interference or something.
I don't even know if it's that. I think that's like with these studio picks, especially these low budget horror films, everyone wants a part of them because they think they can't lose money. So everyone wants to get a fucking credit in there. So everyone tries to have their influence on it. And I think they dulled it down. They lost focus. The structure failed. And we ended up with Primate, which people in theaters are laughing at this movie. Laughing at it.
Yep, they were laughing.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Blink for 48 hours before 1 more minute of Primate.
Mm-hmm. I didn't laugh because I just found it dull. I just found it super dull.
I mean, is it played to be funny or is it not played? I mean,
not really.
No.
I mean,
I guess it's a little bit cynical, like all films are now. So maybe you could count that as slight comic edge to it.
So it's kind of like that way they don't lose kind of shit. You know, like
everything now has a.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
the frat boys.
It was meant to be funny. You know, yeah. Is it that kind of shit?
The frat boys were kind of like I mean, obviously they were being introduced just to be killed. The rest of it plays it pretty straight.
Yeah,
for the most part.
And this is why I don't go to the fucking theater.
Also, I was looking around outside the pool the whole time, going, "That's a weapon. That's a weapon.
Yep.
That's a weapon."
Yeah.
I mean, at a certain point, because they introduce a ticking clock device that's really lame and really easy, but once they introduce that, they have to get out of this situation. I'm sorry. At that point, you have 2 people jump out of the water at different ends. The monkey runs towards one of them. The one that he runs towards jumps back in the water. The other one gets to that. I saw there was a metal chair in the back. You get to that chair and you bludgeon that motherfucker. You might get bitten. You might get hurt. You might
get mauled.
But listen, if you break your wrist, it doesn't matter. So I would just beat the fuck out of that thing. Mm-hmm. It's just a fucking monkey, really.
Do they tell you why the monkey can't swim at any time?
They just tell you that monkeys can't swim.
No.
Yeah, in general, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, you're not always logical when you think your nuts might get ripped off, or brave, I should say.
But no, that works until they introduce the ticking clock element. It's just the little sister gets bit, so she has rabies in 48 hours until she gets to the hospital. Once that happens, I'm sorry. In fact, the dumbest boyfriend in the world actually understands this concept. He just goes about it really badly. And he leads to the one big dumb CGI scene in the film. That fall off the cliff, which is
yeah, that's so bad.
It looks bad. It's like a recycled Superman.
I kind of want to see this, man. How you've been talking about it like that. Just to see how bad it is. Like.
Well, I know my son wants to see it big time. He's hyped to see that shit, but damn. I just took his ass to see
sounds like the target audience,
man. Fuck.
That's bad.
Five Nights at Freddy's was rough, man.
Oh, Lauren, do not see Five Nights at Freddy's.
You can't do that. Listen, if you guys didn't want to cover it on the show, I wasn't going to see this thing either.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Go see Durandar this weekend instead. You'll have a lot more fun. Yes, it's 3.5 hours long, but it's a great film.
Damn it. I don't know if my bladder could handle it.
Hopefully there won't
be that really happened.
Hopefully there won't be a Primate sequel. So it's kind of
how much money has it made?
15 million, 14
like that.
Probably
be profitable.
Yeah, $24 million budget. It's made 14 million. I don't see it happening.
I mean, maybe January. I don't know.
Maybe direct to video. Who knows? Maybe. Oh yeah, like the 47 meters down sequels. Maybe like those.
Jesus
It'll
Christ.
probably have
blind shark that still was eating people, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think if anything, they just all right. Let's just call it Primate 2, and it's another killer monkey movie.
What if they put the chimp 47 meters down and he has to fight the sharks?
Yeah, now there you're talking about. That's a crossover right there. Yeah,
man in a suit. We'll just go full zombie.
Ape versus shark. Yeah,
can't be worse than what I saw.
I think you just started a new online debate. There was always that like gorilla versus grizzly bear debate. I don't know, shark taking on a chimp, how that would go.
I just want to point out that we have Primate this year, right, in theaters, and we still haven't gotten The Great God Pan or The King in Yellow or At the Mountains of Madness as a feature film. Just saying. The horror genre completely has their priorities completely straight, clearly.
Seriously, Ben the Chimp is not going to have a chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance, man.
Well, versus gorilla, though.
Hey, Stone, does that have the television cut on that?
Let me see real quick. It's the Severin version.
Pretty sure it does. I'm not sure.
What is it?
Grizzly.
So the television cut of Grizzly is it's missing gore.
TV cut. Okay.
And it fogs nudity, but it is actually a preferable film to the theatrical.
Really? I don't see it on here.
I mean, spoiler alert, I prefer Day of the Animals over Grizzly.
That's
fine. I can see that.
Leslie Nielsen, before everybody knew him as the Naked Gun guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're doing William Girdler on the show on Sunday with Stone.
Sunday we're going to do a William Girdler episode. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Talking about Black Abbey.
Ben Grimm, just saying that the Nope is a way better film than Primate.
Oh shit!
Oh yes, way
not
way
a question.
Nope, I didn't like Nope.
Nope is one of those films I thought was. So I have a weird history with Jordan Peele, which is I really see in him one of the great horror directors, but he hasn't made the great horror movie yet.
Yeah.
But I see it in him. I mean, he has the eye for it. He understands tonality. His themes are right on. He
takes a swing. I'll give him that.
Oh my God. And he hits more than he misses. But I don't come out of his films feeling like this is the one that he has added to the genre. Like it's in its statue, its icon.
Yeah.
Nope is really good until they decide to change the main characters. But yeah, no, it's a way better film than Primate, though.
Yeah. All right, so we've got another segment, botched endings, movies that drop the ball in the final act. I'm kind of curious to get some of your guys' picks for this one. I have one that really always stuck out to me as one very questionable twist, but hot tag to whoever wants to go first on this one.
Everyone hold that thought.
Dan, honey, can you open the door? We're a little worried about you. You've been locked away in that room for nearly 2 weeks.
Go the fuck away, I'm busy. Isn't that so, Alanis Morissette? I feel like you're the only one who really understands what I'm trying to do here. Man and crab linked on a neural level, intellect and instinct, primate and mollusk, but both evolved. We will unlock the mysteries of the next world together, Alanis, and then we'll come knocking on their doors.
Dan, you do realize that I can hear you, right?
Don't listen to her, Alanis.
We're going to get that love scene coming soon. It's going to happen. Alanis, we're talking to her, Alanis's people as so, all right. So interesting topic. So like a movie that, well, did it for you to a point, but then just completely screws the pooch. Who wants to go first?
I'll go, man. It's my topic. I guess I'll go.
Go for it.
So, man, this movie is a very good film. It could be a very great film if there was just one key fucking moment, like it's just one at the very fucking end of the movie, and that's Jacob's Ladder.
Oh,
It's at the very end though. Like, and I think it was against. I think the director was forced to do this or something. I hate to do it. For anybody who hadn't seen Jacob's Ladder, it's a big time spoiler alert. Like,
well,
oh, shit.
I've not seen it, but go for it. I don't mind.
Okay. Well, it's not so much the reveal of what's happening to him, because you see all this crazy shit going on throughout the film. He went to Vietnam, he comes back, and he starts hallucinating. He's like wild imagery. I remember seeing this when I was very, very young. I didn't know what was going on. Like, I had to watch it several times, but it's not the fact that you find out he's dying. That's not what bothers me the most at the end of this film. What bothers me the most is his son that has died is like guiding him to heaven. I just thought it was just like the most, I don't know, man. It bugged the shit out of me. It still does when I see the film. Like, I don't see the point of that. Like, I don't see that.
It's taken directly from the Bible. I mean, when they go up the stairs, that's meant to be his ladder. Yeah, the stairway to heaven. Yeah.
Right. But I think the director, like, even I'd seen something with him where he was against that, but the producers like made him do that or some shit. But I don't know, man. It's just tonally, like the way the film just would have ended so much better. Like, you didn't have to have this fucking Hallmark moment at the fucking at the very end.
Yeah.
For me personally, I just thought it would have been a better ending.
Interesting. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one.
It's only slightly distracting that the son is played by Macaulay Culkin, and this was a month. Right. This was approximately a month before Home Alone came out. Jacob's Ladder came out in November of 1990. Directed by Adrian Lyne, who gave us Fatal Attraction and Indecent Proposal, and it was written by the same guy that wrote Ghost, and he actually won the Oscar for Ghost. I love Jacob's Ladder personally. I mean, I think
except for that end.
Yeah, I know. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I mean, I like it. How
I think it would be so much better, man. Like, you find out the reveal. I'm not mad that he's whole time he's just dying. That's not what I don't know. But you didn't have to have the whole Hallmark fucking moment.
Sure. I mean, I like it as an adaptation of an occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, and it has a lot of Carnival of Souls imagery to it. Yeah. I mean, I love it personally, but I can see what you're saying about that ending. Yeah.
I just think it would be a great film. Instead, it's just a very good film. But another one that I'll mention, I think it's kind of like, I think maybe y'all have talked about it. I don't think I was on here when y'all did, but would be Maxine, man. And it's not so much the film. It's not so much the end of the film. It's that film. Like, it just, like the other two films to me, building something. Like, we were building something here, and to get to that end reveal of Maxine was just like lazy ass writing, cliche fucking killer reveal. It's like, come on, man. I feel like they could have done something way better than that.
I think Pearl for me stands head and shoulders above the
for me, it's X.
Oh, easily. That's easily the best of the trilogy. Yeah.
For me, it's X because it's given like 70s exploitation big head nods to Tobe Hooper. It's got that vibe. It's not scared of nudity in a film.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I like X the most out of the three. But
they built Maxine up to be this, like on the trailer, to be this kind of Giallo-like film. Yeah. And you had the whole Richard Ramirez thing. So you thought there might be that. And it just kind of just not really expanded anything in the film. Yeah. I was really disappointed. I was expecting something.
I was expecting something like, ginormous with that third film. Like something that was really going to bring it home from what we were building up.
It has its moments. I mean, the Gun for Jennifer homage, and
that's a cliche. That story's been done so many times.
Yeah, Yeah,
I've seen it
no.
so many times.
Yeah.
It's definitely the weakest of the trilogy for me. But yeah.
But anyway, and I mean, yeah, I could go on. I had several, but I'm not going to. That's about it.
Okay. I have I'm not going to spend a ton of time, and obviously these are movies that we're kind of ruining, but they're older, so you've probably seen them. I'm not doing anything super obscure here, so cover your ears if you feel like you need to. But one that I actually thought was rather good to a point is 2007's Dead Silence.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not familiar with that movie's got a whopper of a twist where the character of Edward Ashen, played by great character actor Bob Gunton, it's revealed that the entire time his corpse was actually being puppeted by Mary Shaw's ghost wearing his mother's face. And our lead, Ryan Quanten, who I always enjoy, was never figured this out. It was one of those things where I think if it was like a half-hour TV show, I could kind of like vibe with the ridiculous twist. It didn't really work in the movie for me. It was like a little bit too much to swallow. But
it feels like the kind of thing like, if that was the punchline of an EC comic book, you'd be like,
exactly.
Cool. But on film, it just doesn't quite resonate the same way.
If you're dragging somebody along for almost 2 hours, like I thought that was like, that didn't quite work for me. Another one that I find that very rarely does anybody disagree with me on this one, The Village.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
That is a shit.
Yeah, I don't like that fucking.
I don't like the first 2 acts of that either, though.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
It's not a great film. I mean, you can speak on several Shyamalan Ding Dong like fucking films, like
for sure. The Village
Signs, yeah.
The Village, though, yeah, just that whole thing, like, oh yeah, no, the creatures were just men in suits. There's a Starbucks just across the road. It just was kind of like, okay.
There's an airplane. Like, I mean, how do you? Didn't that come up? Like, what about airplanes flying over fucking people's heads and shit?
Exactly. And I didn't rewatch the movie, but like, yeah, I'm like, this just. I mean, I guess you surprised some people, but it's got to be more than just surprising them. I would be surprised if at the end of Psycho, like we just had a robot pop into frame and kill everyone. That would catch me off guard, but it's not good just because it's surprising. And The Village is Village is awful. I'll close with one that I probably will get some pushback on, and that's April Fool's Day.
Yeah. Well, not actually when I was a kid. It pissed me off when I was a kid.
Okay.
It did. I was pissed off at that movie when I see it. But
I love the ending.
Not now.
Okay, so you're in the love camp, Darren.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Did you always love that ending? Because I know.
People... Okay. It did. It takes you by surprise, obviously.
I fucking hated it when I first saw that shit.
No, apparently they reckon that killed the slasher genre to some degree, but
86, you were on the downturn.
Yeah, I just embrace the ending as it is. Still one of my favorites. Still one of my favorite slashers.
Okay, I'm glad somebody that Lorne. I've never talked to you about April Fool's Day. Where are you at on that?
So I read the novelization of April Fool's Day before I saw the film.
Okay, I've never read the novelization. Is it
so? The novelization is based on the shooting screenplay, because that's how that used to work. Because they needed the book to be written in time for the release.
Yeah.
So there's a good, I don't know, 90 pages after the movie ends of additional plot. So I knew the twist was coming, but it's a mid-film twist.
Oh, hell.
And then a whole thing happens where there's a real killer.
Okay.
So very weird for me to eventually see the film on VHS and be like, well, where's the rest of it? Well, that's one of those movies. It looks like a Friday 13th. It has Friday 13th actors in it. It's filmed cheap, even though it was a big studio film. There was actual Paramount money in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I like the aesthetic of the film because it reminds me of other films that I really like from that time period.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably giving it more of a pass than it deserves.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, when Return to Horror High did basically the same twists in just a bigger way, I like that movie is doing it a lot more. When basically they call it cut and everyone gets up from under the blankets, fucking amazing. But I don't know. April Fool's Day is just one of those films, and it's not just about Amy Steele. It's just it feels like the time period, and I think that's very intoxicating to a certain audience.
I get that.
How do you feel about the remake, though? You ever see that?
I've never seen the remake.
I watched it
it's
once.
bad. It's so bad.
So the funny thing is, like, you can win me over in a remake. Like I've said a million times before that I think Sorority Row is fucking fantastic.
The 2000.
2009, yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
I don't know why people didn't like that one more. I'm like, it feels like it's given the general audience what they want, and I don't know, that one just nobody paid attention.
And it didn't feel like a Gap commercial to me. I like that movie.
Yeah.
So I could be won over. But when I see a trailer for something like April Fool's Day and it seems to miss the point of the original, which is again to me all about a time and place. Because really, is that a timeless story? No. It's a story that had to be told when it was told.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take the original and I'll live with that. There are franchises out there that manage to transcend the ages. Look at Godzilla in 1954 and then compare it with, Legendary's Godzilla series now. It all works and it transcends very nicely. You'll have favorites. Everyone will have something. But that's a concept that works for. I don't think April Fool's Day is that thing, I think we got one film that I enjoy. I'm not going to say it's a favorite, but I enjoy it. Probably for all the wrong reasons, but who cares? We all like films that we probably can't justify as much. It would fall into that range with me.
Okay.
Does that make sense at all, or did I just spew out nonsense for a minute and a half?
No, I get it.
Yeah.
It's one movie that I'll revisit every once in a blue moon, usually for a show, and I'm like, it still hasn't grown on me.
It's not. I mean, I don't hate it like I used to. Like when I went back and watched it, that Kino put out a new release of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't feel the same either. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just didn't resonate.
Right. So talking about films you can't justify, my pick for this, because I find it quite hard, this subject. But this is like a guilty pleasure of mine up until a point, obviously. And it's Dario Argento's The Card Player.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
I know how Dirk feels about it. But, it's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. So the Simp score, you've got the typical kind of story. You've got this policewoman Anna. She receives an email to set up a poker game. And you've got this killer, and he's sending a photo saying, "Look, I've got, he's kidnapping women up off the street. You've got to play a game of poker against him, the police, and whoever wins, a round best of 5, you either let them go, but every round that you lose, like you amputate an arm or a leg or something off the victims, and all that I love, like the webcam.
But it don't show nothing, like at all. Like it's
no, it's kind of toned down,
over the fucking internet,
TV
movie, yeah.
So I guess it's internet kind of shit, but.
Because you got Dario Argento's daughter Fiore. She plays the victim towards the end, and to me, all that stuff I liked. It is toned down, as you said. You got this British detective. He turns up on the case. He's an Irish guy, and him and the female lead policewoman, they kind of try and work out what's going on, and but someone has the wise idea of if they bring in this big hotshot poker player, this young guy, he's in his early 20s, obviously he's going to keep beating this guy, and women are going to go be set free and all that, I like. But the fucking ending, man, pardon my French, but
the ending's like a fucking Wile E. Coyote.
The bed.
Yeah, it's like Wile E. Coyote got somebody on the railroad tracks tied up, kind of shit.
Yeah, so,
Like,
so the backstory to this policewoman is her father died. He was a gambler. He chucked himself in front of a train, and she was there present and all that. And the actual Carlo is, I'm giving it away now, but Carlo being the killer as well is scratching my fucking head because he does a thing almost impossible to, at one point, and that's just a small gripe with it. But you've got the whole, like, the ending, right? So you've got her and the killer on a train track, both handcuffed. Yeah. You've got the train coming into the distance and all that. They're playing fucking poker on a laptop.
Right.
And, oh, man, just the way it ends is just, it's
not. It sounds okay on paper. Like, but
I love 70% of it. I really do. It's, I know most people hate it, and I can't justify that. I know.
Yeah.
But no, I love 70%, and then it just completely shits the bed. One I didn't have nothing written down or prepared for. I want to mention as well. It's Jeepers Creepers, man. I don't know how you feel about that.
Oh,
up until a point, all the road stuff is brilliant. I think like the road movie, the first 30 minutes or what have you. But when they get to like the police station, I think is it with like 20 minutes to go? I haven't seen it for a while. But when you see the creature fall and starts fucking flying and shit, and that just took me completely out of it. I just and that's a film I saw in the theater as well back in the day and all that. But it just gets so ridiculous. It's unreal.
I think with Jeepers Creepers, it was such a departure from the period that we were just getting out of in the late 90s. And that is a very strong first half. I think it does work obviously best. Yes, it ripped off what was it?
The Unsolved Mysteries Dennis DePue episode. I mean, he plagiarized basically the whole first half of that movie.
Yeah, he did. And I mean, that's obviously, again, that's a weird one with the director and everything and all that controversy, which is kind of a bizarre segue for probably our next topic. But it still kind of holds a special place in my heart because it was we were getting out of a period of horror that I was not the biggest fan of, at least on the big screen. And I still think it's strong. I like the final shot peering through Justin Long's eyeball. I still enjoy it.
With the song going.
Yeah, I still enjoy that one. It's a couple
like those peepers.
Yeah, a couple of the breaks in the tension towards the end I didn't like as much. I mean, because that is a pretty terrifying movie to a point.
Right. Yeah, you just get to see too much, I think. Of the creature itself. I swear.
Yeah, once you see the creature, it kind of
takes it away, doesn't it, a little bit? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Stone, I'm curious what you
well, for me, I mean, the biggest disappointment of the last 20 years is Oz Perkins' Long Legs. I love the first half. I was gripped. I was into it. And then the ending was just a total joke. Complete another joke. And it didn't help that Nicolas Cage, I thought, was so laughable in that. And he co-produced it too. I mean, him and his Bisquick makeup and,
looking like Tiny Tim, right?
Oh God.
Yeah. It's Tiny Tim impression.
That movie goes downhill into the sewer as soon as Nicolas Cage gets on the screen.
You've got that Tiny Tim Nick Cage biopic you just kind of put out into the universe.
Hell yeah.
I couldn't take it serious as well once you see him like in. Oh man, and you'll be surprised. A lot of people when that come out are like praising Nicolas Cage in that film. No, I'm with you. It doesn't work for me.
I'm one of them people. Yeah.
No. And I'll throw one more out there. I'll throw out a thriller that one of the biggest disappointments I ever had in the theater was when I went to see with Mel Gibson this movie called Ransom, directed by Ron Howard, where he's a millionaire, his son gets kidnapped, played by Nick Nolte's son, by the way. And I just remember after that first half hour, and you could feel the disappointment in the theater. People were like booing and stuff like that. But the the final showdown in that was just it felt like it was from a completely different script, and it was just it was bad. It was really, really bad.
I remember conspiracy theory around the same time.
Oh yeah, or
I like conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
believe it or not. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched it since it came out back in the day, but
yeah, that's one I probably should revisit. I don't remember Ransom too well, to be honest.
What did you guys feel about the last act in Poltergeist, the original? Because that
I love it.
I hate it, man.
Oh,
I just think it goes completely over the top.
We had this discussion before when we talked about Poltergeist. I mean, aside from the fact that, any other person after they get the daughter back, get out of the house, never go back in. You can send for your things later.
Well,
you can send for your things later. That's the one thing. There was no reason for them to stay in that house.
Right.
At that point. I admit that. Yeah.
Are you talking about when they put the TV outside the room?
No. When they finally get their daughter back.
Stay the one last night.
Yeah, exactly.
They're moving.
Why stay the last night? Why stay that one last night?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Darren. I didn't know what was it that you didn't like.
Well, with the girl in the TV and all that shit, it just that was literally. I don't know. Poltergeist to me is like, it's like a noisy spirit, isn't it? That's what the name comes after, German noisy spirit. You get knocks on the wall and all that. This is just some big. And I know it's a big like extravaganza and over the top and all that's supposed to be, but I don't know. It looks
to
too
me.
polished.
I feel like
it's
Poltergeist
just really polished. And
I feel like Poltergeist it's more effective in its day. It's not as effective now because when TV goes off now, it don't go off now.
Yeah,
it is a little bit dated.
Also, we're just too far down the rabbit hole of what the movie's about. So the movie, I mean, I have an hour and a half video on the themes of Poltergeist, but it's about losing your kids to the television, that babysitter, and the influences of pop culture on this, which is why at the very end of the film, the house implodes in the same exact way as the television in the beginning goes off. It implodes into the same shape whatsoever. They lose their daughter literally to inside the television, right? That all thematically, it's real strong. Staying that extra night is a leap of faith. It is something that I agree. It's very tough to figure out the logic behind that. I have a little bit more trouble with the tree outside the window.
Yeah.
That part of the movie in the tornado that Steele takes the tree away. There's no dissecting that. That's just like a fever dream stuff. But
can I say that Cliff Booth is absolutely right? There is a original version of Ransom from 1956 with Glenn Ford and Donna Reed and Leslie Nielsen in his very first movie. The original Ransom is great, but the Hollywood remake with Mel Gibson was just, I thought, trash.
It's funny though, Darren, that you picked Poltergeist because I was considering doing Poltergeist 2 for this because even though in many ways I really love Poltergeist 2, to the point where I think it's one of the more worthy sequels, the last 10 minutes of that movie are so god awful.
Okay. That's my favorite Poltergeist film.
Yeah, I love it until we go to the other side and we do the family flying through the void like Mary Poppins shit. Wow.
Terrifying villain.
It understood some of the flaws of the first film really well. Like the Beast in the original film is not a character, and that's ultimately a little bit of a problem. Of course, they're supposed to be saying that the Beast was, the influence of the television, of the nightly news and the slow degrade, the family being degraded by the morality of the television, which is hilarious coming from Spielberg, really. But the sequel it just abandons all that, which is fine. It tried to replace it with a message about kind of religious extremism. And in parts, it works better than you'd think it would. It's kind of the opiums of the masses type thing is in there too, and the alcoholism and the family still decaying, but for different reasons now. But then it's just that ending is so fucking on the nose, and the special effects look awful, and I don't know.
Native American with he blows that shit, right?
Yeah, there's a lot to dislike about the end of Poltergeist 2. But up to that ending, Poltergeist 2 holds itself admirably up to the first film, like in a way that most sequels don't. And I would say honestly, like the image of Carol Ann holding the toy phone is as effective as her putting her hands against the television screen in the first film.
Yeah, I agree.
But unfortunately, we have to live with that last 10 minutes existing. That was not the movie I wanted to discuss, though.
I'm curious. There was one I thought somebody would pick, but I'm curious what you're gonna go with.
So no, there's no way you're predicting what I'm gonna say.
Weapons?
No. Oh,
I wanted it. I've already talked about Weapons, but my God, I loved it to a point. Holy shit, does that movie go off a cliff for me?
It fucking shits the bed.
Yeah.
And wipes with the spread.
Yeah.
I've still not seen it, and I don't think I'm going to.
Oh no.
Well, you might like. I don't know.
No, fuck no. Not at the end. That third act, no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Zach Kreger, yeah, it's like I can tell he's capable of making a great horror movie, but he just
when's he going to do that though? Because I know you all love Barbarian, but I did not.
But to a point, like until it goes off a cliff, like I'm.
It's a cliche. It's the thing about it is it's lazy. I was expecting more. I was expecting something so more original.
Yeah.
And it fucking shits. It's like a cliche fucking trope kind of shit, man. Like I've seen in a million.
Barbarian shits the bed as well, though. Thinking about
absolutely, it shits the bed.
Yeah, right.
A few times during its runtime.
What is it?
It starts off really well. Barbarian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Barbarian.
Effect on me.
So,
but
it kind of has nowhere to go after they find the red room in the basement.
Yeah.
Like, it really just doesn't know what to do after that point. Up to that point, it's all about tension and suspense and kind of weirdness and shifting alliances and not being sure if they're good people, bad people, and then it just doesn't know what to do. And from the point it
I'm
decided,
not a big Justin Long guy either.
No, no me.
No, but from the point when that movie just decided to be about sexual exploitation, I'm like, what are we doing now? And again, it falls into that trap of like, oh, we're gonna have a scene where you're happy to see someone die. Well, okay, but then who's the villain here?
Yeah.
I think that's just lazy. I think you can do that. You can do it in like a later day part 7 or 8 of a slasher serious thing, but it really feels like when you're trying to develop something that's going to be taken serious, I hate that.
What does his Resident Evil look like that's coming out this year? Because I cannot see that in my head. I mean, are we getting the same like crazy random?
I can't believe that people are still going to see those fucking movies. Like,
Weapons is going to get some Oscar love. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that love it. I'm
talking about Resident Evil. I can't believe people are still going to see those fucking movies.
Yeah, it's a franchise that just won't die.
Hey, my son, man, like he watched Weapons and he even hated the end of that shit. I don't know, man.
I think if we're being honest about the Resident Evil thing, and the reason the most recent attempt didn't gain any traction is they were Mila Jovovich vehicles.
Yep.
We love her from Fifth Element, honestly. Just can we all just take a moment? We don't deserve Fifth Element.
No,
it's that good a film.
Okay. I love that movie.
Absolutely. If you love pulp science fiction, you have no excuses not to love Fifth Element.
You can
Fifth Element reminds me kind of like a real life version of heavy metal, like a segment out of a heavy metal.
Yeah,
absolutely. But the
it
cool thing
is the best movie Bruce Willis made. Possibly, there's an argument there. It's in
it's an amazing film when you consider like its tone, its resonance, and what it's doing. The fact that the hero and villains never are on frame together, but yet there's a climax that makes sense. the fact that there's a circle in the middle of the frame through the whole film and you never noticed. Yeah, go watch it again. There's always a circle in the middle of the frame. It's a stunning movie, and it kind of makes me angry that Luc Besson made La Femme Nikita and The Professional and Fifth Element, and hasn't made anything to that caliber since. Those 3 movies are freaking.
Yeah, Leon is the shit out of those to me.
Well,
Leon is amazing.
I love all 3 a lot. La Femme Nikita is a film you need to go back and watch again if you haven't watched it in a while. It is so good. It is so good.
The second that Me Too dropped, and knowing his past, I was like, uh-oh, there's not going to be any more Luc Besson movies, but he's still making movies.
That Dracula thing, that looks awful.
Maybe we'll talk about that one, actually. I'd be curious to get your thoughts on it. I've already seen it, but
yeah. So there's a 1944 film called One Body Too Many. And it was a Paramount film that, so it's not a horror film proper, but it's sold as a horror film. And it's one of those films, there was a lot of these through history, and they probably are still going on somewhere. They're a rich relative dies, everyone descends on the house for the reading of the will movies, you know? And then a murder plot ensues because people are trying to get hold of the money.
Like a Agatha Christie type plot.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But I mean, from Bay of Blood to One Body Too Many, it's well worn. Well worn. And
Bela Lugosi's in that one.
Yeah, and the film starred an actor that was better known for comedy at the time, so he's kind of hamming. But here's the thing: like the film's short, it's brief, it's flighty, it's not gonna hurt anyone's feelings. I saw it on television a million times growing up because it was always playing on a UHF station somewhere. Probably because of the title, right? You put One Body Too Many on a listing in a paper, and people are going to watch it. The film makes this weird tonal shift in its last act, where it suddenly wants you to take this whole ridiculous scenario pretty serious, and then tries to have a deeply ironic ending. And it's like any fun you had up to that point just is deflated so quickly. And the quality of the movie itself goes downhill very quickly, which is the first time I think I always thought like old movies were classy. And I never thought that there was like a cheapness to any old movies. One Body Too Many proved me wrong. But it didn't do it at the beginning of the film. It did it around the 40-minute mark. And the sad thing is it was never going to be one of the, greatest films ever made. But there is a lot there to like. Like I said before about April Fool's Day, if you like that time period, if you like that early 40s, just, America's just getting into the war, there's that kind of aesthetic to how people talk and dress and act. Kind of the early mid-century vibe. There's a lot to like there. And it's all let down in the final act. So,
all right.
I know that no one is going to watch the movie because I said that, which is kind of my point, but
that's played on UK TV. That is BBC Two. Back
it was all the time, right?
Yeah. It's only about an hour. It's an hour long, something like that.
It's like an hour 5, I think.
Yeah, that was the.
Although we all thought stretched to 2 hours because there was commercials galore.
Yeah. It's a short watch if you guys out there are curious. The director kept on working for a long time. Did a lot of TV.
Yeah. A lot of those films are like an hour, right? Hour 20.
Yeah, they're easy watches.
Hour 5, hour 7. Yeah, a lot.
There's something to be said for that, though. I mean, the truth is, like,
film was expensive, right?
So there was a more practical reason, which is that projection equipment would get very hot. And in those early days, they used to have to run fans big time to keep it cool enough. So the shorter the film, the better chance of your theater not burning down was. I mean, it sounds like I'm making a joke. But
I believe it.
In the earliest days of cinema, that was still kind of the thing. And people think, well, the 40s, that's not the earliest days of cinema. No, it's not, but you're only 20 years in, dudes. Keep some fucking like perspective on this shit.
Right.
Yeah. As far as mass-produced film, yeah, you're not far from the beginning.
How many B movies today, certainly on Flesh Wound, we look at it and think like, man, this did not have to stretch over 90 minutes, an hour, 70 minutes. Like, right. You probably would have been in more reasonable territory. So I'm all for that. I mean, if the story you got to tell runs just a little over an hour.
And a lot of that comes down to like directors not having a good editor or fucking editing it themselves and fucking love everything in the fucking movie. I don't know.
I think it comes down to too, like the writing traditions and the storytelling traditions, right? Because again, you guys all know I watch a lot of Indian cinema, and those films run long. Not all of them, but 2 hours is very normal, very normal. Mm-hmm. Shorter than that is abnormal. Longer is not a problem. I just saw a 3.5 hour movie, which is tremendous. But they have the storytelling traditions and the storytelling tool. I don't know.
If it makes sense, I see
the structure makes sense because they're building to it, and they have the experience of how to build those type of stories.
Right.
But I mean, America is in a different place, generally speaking. The commercial interests have outweighed the art for a long time. And the twin concepts of fill and spill and selling the second soda are at play in American cinema. Mm-hmm. You don't want it to be so long that you can't play the movie another time on your schedule on a weekend day. But you want people to say, well, you don't want people to say, well, it's only an hour and a half. We'll stop at the convenience store on the way home for the soda and the candy. You want them to want the candy and soda. So, I mean, those Marvel films are the length they are for a reason, and they're not short movies.
That's true. Yeah.
So I don't think anyone's going to defend Disney's artistic practice there. I think we all know it's business.
Yeah. One point in time, I think that was the case. But
I don't know. It's funny because I'm known as the old, obscure, and foreign guy, right? And it's like I see different places on the map kind of creating films in fundamentally different ways. And maybe it's because I'm coming from the writing standpoint too, right? But like you guys, the guys on the bottom of the screen, are deeply into Giallo and Eurocrime as a storytelling foundation, really, at this point on your show, right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, those movies act different than American films, right? They develop.
They don't hold back. They don't hold back.
Characters. It's a different role in the unveiling of a story. I think of a film like What Have They Done to Your Daughters, which I love. I love that movie. That movie does not have a clear through line. An American filmmaker could not approach an American studio to make that movie.
Right. Yeah.
Couldn't happen.
Yeah.
They didn't have the balls. They're scared,
Yeah, but not of the violence or that necessarily. It's they're afraid to take any chances that the audience won't follow the movie. Which is why something like Phantasm in '79, right, is such an amazing feat, if you think about it. Because it's a film that decides to do a implied dream state to make the film 90% make sense, but it's a late in the game reveal. But it's not even truly revealed. That kind of haziness in your storytelling would be completely acceptable in, say, late 70s Indonesian cinema, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not in America. Mm-hmm. So the fact that the original Phantasm exists and is allowed to do that dream logic, nothing short of miraculous. That it was a hit, even more crazy. That Hollywood just brushed it off and said it's a one-off and never followed it up with more films like it.
Yeah.
Tells you where the commercial interests are, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because the second film turns into basically like Aliens, right?
Oh, it's way better than Aliens, but
I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
No. You're right, though.
It goes that action route.
Commercial, slick film.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll get a little dark now because...
Wait, hold that thought.
Oh, dark.
Someone knocking at the door at this hour? What the fuck is this? A poem by some balding guy with the hots for his 13-year-old niece?
Please excuse the intrusion at this late hour, sir, but I have some mail for you.
I really hope this isn't another of Dan's magazines. After yesterday's delivery of Coma Clown Girls in Heat issue 16, I'm not sure I even want to touch his mail.
No magazines today. Just a single letter addressed to my region-free family. I trust it won't contain any lewd photographs of mimes.
Well, honestly, mimes and clowns are totally different. I wouldn't mind hot topless mimes.
I'll just pretend I didn't hear any of that. Stone, have you seen Sam? She said she'd lend me some scrunchies and a pair of pantyhose, but now I can't find her.
No, I have not, Jesssessica.
Coma Clown Girls. It's much more classy than the film we are about to talk about, which is okay. So from 1975, and late director Pier Paolo Pasolini, we have Salo, or the 120 Days of Sodom, which blame Stone.
Yep,
so,
I'm the guy that decided to go for this. Oh, somebody does own it, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I have it downstairs.
Wow, both of you own it.
Oh yeah, I own it, but holy shit. You know.
How often will you watch it though? That's the thing.
I chose Salo simply because of the fact that I am a Pasolini guy. I do own the Trilogy of Life on Criterion, which is the Decameron and the Canterbury Tales and Arabian Nights. Right. Beautiful Criterion set. And I've seen some of his other films, like The Gospel According to St. Matthew and a few others. And I mean, Salo is just one that I've always been aware of over the years. I've never actually seen it. So I thought this is a perfect time to cross it off the list, because it technically came out in Paris in November of 75. And then it came out in its home country of Italy in January of 76, 4 months after Pasolini was murdered. Right. And it was almost immediately banned. And what he does is basically update the Marquis de Sade story to fascist Italy, when these disgusting Gestapo guys basically kidnap some boys and girls. They go into this villa and they do the most unconscionable acts you could imagine. Everything from rape and sodomy to eating human excrement. And and it's like, I think it's divided into like 3 different segments, like
like Dante's Inferno.
Like Dante's Inferno, yeah. I mean, like the Circle of Obsessions, and then the Circle of Shit, and I forget what the last one is.
Circle of Blood is the last one.
Circle of Blood, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I wanted to just cross this off the list and get it out of the way. I mean, because I've always, I've heard that it's a disgusting movie with artistic merit, essentially. And I agree with that, although I must say that I pretty much agree with the Rotten Tomatoes assessment, which is like they gave it to like a 70%, a 7 out of 10, that kind of thing. I understand what Pasolini was saying. I understand what he was doing. He wanted to make, this satiric attack on fascism and everything, and how it can go unchecked, and what the consequences of that would be. And there's some glorious, I mean, insanely gorgeous shots in it of the house set that they're in. I mean, the framing is immaculate in some points. My biggest problem, and the reason why I will never see it again, it's not because of the shit eating. It's because of the fact that there is no genuine catharsis. Not to say that like every movie like this has to end with some kind of revenge, but I wanted these Gestapo bastards to pay for their crimes. I wanted some kind of something aside from just two guys doing a little dance at the end, and one asks the other one, I mean, what his girlfriend's name is. You know, I wanted a Nuremberg level revenge at the end. That. Especially the one guy that looked like a German Clint Howard.
Oh yeah.
I wanted that guy to be. I wanted somebody to just crush his skull. I really did.
Well, that's the point. I think like this is absolute corrupt power, and it's never gonna fucking end. Like that.
And that's what was so powerful about that ending. It was just like, yeah, this is just another Tuesday. Like,
yeah, basically
witness all that, and then just have this dance around together, and just have this everyday conversation.
What do you think on the dolled up older women that you can tell at one, like they're beautiful. You could tell like at one time they were beautiful when they were younger, but they're like they've been desensitized.
Oh yeah, completely.
Because all the shit these stories they're telling and shit, like they're to me, those stories with the shit they're describing is like way worse than a lot of the other shit going on.
This is one of those, you know, extreme movies that is every bit as gross as its reputation. Like it's
every bit
from the one character.
Oh yeah. All I've ever heard is about the shit. That's all I've ever heard.
And that's bad enough, but even just like the one fascist going around the table, let's just say presenting himself, like it's like, what the hell am I watching?
What the fuck?
I think the end, like towards the end, when they're all dressed in drag, just as fucking, you know, really upsetting as all the rest that goes on. And with this one, right? So I had this plan to watch on Plex, so it's going to be on Plex, right? So I went to go on there, and it's not. So I had to sign up with Spank Bank porn site online just to watch it. And there's nothing titillating about this film whatsoever. So why it's on there, I don't know. But I will say, I think it's a masterpiece. Will I watch it again? No. But in terms of like filmmaking and like Stone said, the way it's shot and all that, the realism of the 1940s, it takes you right back to, you know, you could think you were back there in time. Yeah, I mean, I got a bad reflex, so I literally,
dude, it does make you feel some things when you watch
this
film. So
man, and that guy with the wonky eye, man, he terrified me.
He's the worst, I think.
Yeah, he's really, I mean, I don't have to watch it again. I'm glad I did. Because I
running up, burning somebody's dick with a candle and like what the fuck is
going on? Was this a video nasty? That I take it wasn't. It wasn't even classified. Was it? No.
I think this was just you know better.
Yeah,
you know what this is.
I don't believe it had. I don't think this had a home video release pretty much anywhere until the DVD era, though.
Ooh. Yeah, not official.
I don't think it had the opportunity to be a video nasty.
No, I mean it's certainly.
You probably could have seen it in like over where you're at, huh, Lorne? Or like in New York and stuff. Like I imagine.
Oh, you could be in the bootleg circuit that you could find very bad bootleg. I think there was a very, very, very gray market Japanese Laserdisc, which was where all these dupes were coming from. Because they definitely, those early VHS bootlegs definitely had subtitles. Japanese subtitles on the bottom that you could not get rid of. But that's not where I saw. I saw this late 90s for the first time at an exhumed screening in I think at that point it was Mount Ephraim. It might have been Mount Laurel. And so imagine seeing this film in a theater full of people who generally speaking horror films that they were expecting. I don't know, they were expecting a John Carpenter romp, and they got this. I kind of have a different approach to this than you guys do. And I don't mean this. People are gonna think that I'm just trying to be shocking about this, but I think most of this movie is pretty boring. There's moments of shock, and it's appalling at points. But there are long bits where you're just watching a lot of nothing happening. So in a way, it's like, yeah, when the shit goes down, yeah, you're not going to be okay with it.
Yeah.
But I think you have to also be ready for the struggle of, if you're not totally engaged, it's not going to give you any life preservers. It's living where it's living.
That's for sure. Yeah.
That Ennio Morricone.
But you see, like, how they get in these four guys. Basically, they represent. I feel like they represent authority in general, not just fascism, but authority like throughout the world. Maybe and it's like they just fucking. They get horny off of other people's pain and shit. It's so fucking twisted.
But you see that's also kind of a little bit of where it's meant as a pure artistic statement. So there's nothing I can really criticize about that choice. Yeah. Right. It's not. You can't attack the narrative of this film because there basically is no narrative to this film. Right. There's no point A to point B to point C.
No, there's not a.
Hey, so this is a really bad weekend. Watch it. Right. But I'm a libertarian, so like I certainly have issues with structured authority, not with authority by itself, but structured authority. I have real issues with. But that said, I kind of always have felt that there's a certain, I don't want to say overreaction, but there's a temptation to equate everything with the fascism of the 30s and 40s. And I think this movie it's smartly set in that period, but it's clearly meant to be talking about the current day struggles against authority.
Right.
Yeah. And I kind of like always feel it falls back on that old statement that in a debate, the moment you evoke Hitler, you probably have lost the debate. Because you're choosing the one thing no one's going to ever try and like soft sell. So it is what it is. I think it's a great film, but it's a great film that's not going to have many people who want to enjoy it. That don't.
Yeah, you're not going back to this.
No.
It becomes a kind of thing like I did one of the extreme haunts one year, where they could actually touch you.
This hollow haunt.
And what I'd say is like, it's not a pleasant experience, no matter who you are.
Did you get waterboarded or how?
No, but you definitely get hit with fluids.
Okay.
And what they tell you the fluids are is not what they are, but so I would just say like, you have to want to go in for just an experience, not for a film. Because I think if you go in for a film and that's it,
yeah,
you're gonna have a weird push-pull. Like, yeah, it's gross. Yeah, it's over the top. Yeah, it's nasty. Yeah, it's mean. But it's also kind of a little simple. And it's a little broad for its own sake. And that's what the artist wanted to do.
Well, he wanted to make, so from what I understand though, I think he was gonna make 2 other films, but he didn't have a chance to.
Oh,
sure.
There was going to be a trilogy of death or some shit.
Sure, and that's horrifying to think what was coming next. But
right,
how do you top that? That's the thing.
Yeah, so I just feel like it's Salò is legendary for probably all the wrong reasons with all the wrong audience.
And like, the true crime aspect of
we're covering it on primarily a horror show for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's not really where this thing should live.
Yeah, there's
but
horrific
it's
shit in
it can live, right?
Yeah.
Like the art crowd that likes that are gonna go see a Wes Anderson film, right? Are not watching this.
Okay. Wes Anderson just got really fucking dark.
What's crazy is that this got a Criterion, And Cannibal Holocaust is not in there.
And that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But like the Cannibal Holocaust audience probably do need to see this film, right?
Right.
So the intention was to make an artistic statement, but it lives in the exploitation genre a lot more comfortably. So I guess maybe as an artistic statement about film and how we perceive film, there's something to be said there. But I think most people watching this show or watching any show about Salo are ultimately probably not going to enjoy the film when they see it. Right. And I hate to say that, but I think it's probably true. I don't think there's a lot of people who are going to have a good time with this movie. No. And guys, you know I love misery cinema, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So like, if and I hate just dumb for dumb's sake most of the time. Sometimes it works for me, but most of the time I don't.
Yeah.
So you'd think something like this, which is the opposite of that, would be like, I'd be the biggest champion on this panel, and I'm actually being the most reserved, I think. Mm-hmm. Because yeah, it's powerful, but do we like it? Do we like it? Can we appreciate it?
Mm-hmm.
Do we like it? Because people are always giving me the reverse of
rewatchability.
Right? Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Yeah, it's dumb and stupid and not really well made, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to respond to that.
It's like what Lorne just said.
But then you can't have it the other way, right?
Like what you just said, Lorne, you summed it up, because in my notes, literally I put, you don't watch this film, you experience it.
Yes.
And that's pretty much how I felt.
Yeah, this is not.
Gotta want that experience. Like you don't do an extreme hunt if you don't want to be touched.
If you want to,
you hear about all the shit eating scenes and all that, but then you got this vision in your mind when you go in and watch the film, and it's actually 10 times, 100 times worse than I imagined.
Worse than that. That's just like
really
just a piece of it. Like,
yeah.
You know, why wasn't people telling me about all this other shit?
It is, yeah.
Oh yeah, eyes being gouged out. You know, the torture sequences near the end, and here again. I mean, Dan and Dirk. I mean, bless you guys. I mean, I don't know how you can watch this again, because believe me, part of me thought about buying it on Criterion, Blu-ray, but I thought, I will watch the Trilogy of Life many more times, but I can't watch Salo again. With all due respect to Pasolini,
Stone. This was the first part to his Trilogy of Death.
Oh, he was going to make 2 more films. That Trilogy of Death.
He was, the murder is kind of interesting because this
we need to touch upon that.
Yeah.
Giuseppe Pelosi, I believe was his name, was a hustler that took the fall for it, but in actuality, I think it was the I'm spacing a little bit on the right wing terrorist group's name, but the Banda della Magliana.
Talking about during the years of lead.
Yes, they were very active.
The Red Brigades.
Yeah, they were wiped out in the early 90s. But this guy, this prostitute took the fall, but it was actually them. I mean, it was a pretty brutal murder if you really look into the details.
Wasn't it like a car ran him over, then he was beaten with fucking sticks or something, or poles or something, and then he was set on fire too?
Beaten. I think he was castrated too. If I remember
shit!
It.
Okay, yeah.
It was a really nasty,
pretty brutal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Massimo Dallamano, there's a controversy behind his death too. And he had a similar film with the Solange film. If you go into that a little bit,
Camille Keaton.
Yeah.
What have they done to Solange? Yeah,
great.
There's a similar theme in both of those films, but it's like these guys were trying to say something. I don't know. That's a conspiracy theory, though.
Well, I mean, I don't think
we won't go too far into that.
Pasolini, I don't think though really is. I mean, it's pretty, I think, widely accepted that they were the ones that they killed him at this point. In fact, I think there's still aspects of this that are active in the Italian legal system. So it's still a open case from what last I looked into it.
Would you agree that cinephiles need to see this once?
I would say,
yeah. Yeah.
I kind of feel like it's an endurance test in a way.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
There's a point.
If you can watch this, you can watch anything. That's
pretty much. Yeah.
There's one other film that I refuse to watch, and I still haven't watched it to this day because I know all about it, and I don't need to watch it. It's a Serbian film.
Me too. I've not seen that either. I just don't think I need to
actually go there.
You know, a lot of people will ask me because if a movie's got any controversy behind it, if it's that's a rough watch, I'm gonna see it. I have seen it. When people ask me like, what are your the most upsetting movies to you? There's very few that would just be like extreme horror gore fests in there. That's not what really hits you to your core.
This and Cannibal Holocaust for me.
Cannibal Holocaust has got the
what comes to mind of recent would be that the Rule of J.D. Penn. That's a upsetting film. Disturbing.
We're doing our best and worst of 2025 tomorrow, and I'm sure that's going to come up. And because anybody can relate to that. I mean, that's something.
Those are the ones. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Threads is a good one, Cliff.
Oh yeah, that's a hard one to watch. Yeah.
What, Darren? Did you see that? Like when you were younger, did that have the same
You know what happened with that? I saw that when we were 11, and they filmed it. They showed it in school.
Okay, so similar with Day After.
And absolutely terrified every fucking kid in that class.
Everybody freaking out. Huh?
Yeah. I was just it's just
Threads.
Why would they do that? I don't know, but
it's okay. You can hide under your desk when the bomb.
Well, I mean, it's always a novelty of watching a film in class. Don't have to do no work, I guess. But
go out for a burrito and then come back and comfort all the kids. Maybe we'll have to do Threads next time. I feel like there's
I'd watch it again. I haven't seen it since that day, but I'd watch it again.
Okay.
And last but not least, if you do watch Solo, I would recommend not eating anything beforehand. Because when you get to the chocolate log banquet, I mean, you might, It's pretty horrid.
There you go. All right. So our last, we got two topics, but I think they're going to kind of overlap a little bit.
Yeah.
And that is American Giallos. Also Brian DePalma. So
there's
another video.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing dramatic pause in case he had to do a video.
Oh, you wanted me to do something.
I thought you had a video.
Yeah, okay, we do. We do. Maybe. This is the one that might not work. There you go.
Friends, it's been many years since the end of the Sausage Factory. I'm so excited for us to pick up the pieces after so long and forge a new path ahead. For a long time, I toyed with the idea of a new show, one that honored our past but was allowed to be its own thing. Sadly, one thing after another delayed it. I dreamt of a season where we would parody the Alien franchise, complete with animation, but my writing schedule as well as everyday hurdles got in the way. But I've decided that I won't let anything stop us this time, so I gathered us together in the Waldemar and put everything on the line. I'm grateful for each of you, but I have to warn you that something feels wrong. I've been having hallucinations. I think of people and events from my novels, except they aren't staying on the page. Honestly, sometimes I'm not even sure what's real and what I'm creating. I just hope all of you can stomach my weirdness for a full 13 episodes. Yours, always, your friend, Lorne.
All right. So American Giallos. I thought this was a really cool segment. I've got a couple ones that I'll probably roll through quick, but Subjective Perspective Collective, you're the Giallo channel. You've covered almost everything at this point. I'm very curious what your pick is going to be for American Giallos.
Yeah, I can go first if you want.
You want to go first, Darren?
Whoever wants to go first. Yeah.
Go for it if you want it.
Okay. Well, my first one, man, is like actually, it's kind of out of the typical, I guess what you consider American Giallo, but this one here, it jacked with me bad when I was a kid, man, and it's just from the dream sequences alone. Like, so it's a film by Robert Benton, Still of the Night.
Yeah.
With Roy Scheider and Meryl Streep. And I know she didn't like this film for whatever reason. But Roy Scheider's playing a psychiatrist, and he recently finds out that one of his patients has been murdered. And then Meryl Streep just shows up and gives him a watch to give to his wife and says, don't let her know about the affair. And like briefly after that, the detective shows up and is like, well, she's, we suspect that the killer is a woman. And he's kind of like already taken a liking to her. So he's kind of investigating. He's doing his own investigation, and he won't give any information to the detective. But the dream sequence in this, it plays over and over. It's a big clue to the mystery. I know it is takes a lot from Hitchcock for sure. But if I had to go like American Giallo route, that's one, man. It's still effective to me. I hadn't seen it. It's probably since I was like 10.
People forget how many great movies Roy Scheider did that weren't just Jaws.
Yeah. I mean, dude, this one, the suspense, I think's fucking killer. Especially at the end. So there's some big head nods at Hitchcock though, for sure. But the dream sequence in particular feels like a fucking Giallo movie.
Yeah. I forgot Meryl Streep was in it. I think she did Sophie's Choice the same year. So she
won the Oscar for that too.
Yeah. Yeah. She had a big breakout, but I will have to revisit Still of the Night. I'm glad you picked that one. It's been a little while.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, it's a childhood favorite, and for a long time I couldn't figure out what film this was. I kept trying to figure it out, and it finally came to me. There's a scene where a little girl is she's kind of following this guy, and he's trying to get out of this locked room and shit, and the room's all lit in green, and he grabs like this box off the shelf, and the little girl's sitting there, and she pulls that fucking button out of the teddy bear's eye, and the fucking blood coming out. It's like so fucking funny when I was a kid, man. But yeah, that's I got one more though that I was going to bring up. So this is one I hadn't seen. That is The Clairvoyant, or The Killing Hour from 1982.
I like that one.
Yeah, 1982.
Yeah,
and it made the Video Nasties list pretty quick early on. From what I was reading about it, it's basically about a psychic. She's seeing these murders happen in real time, and she's like doing these drawings with charcoal, which is really cool, and she's kind of like helping this detective out. But this handcuff killer, these murders all these victims are being found with when the film starts out, I'm fumbling over here. My bad, y'all.
Oh, that's okay.
You see a woman in the river, nude, handcuffed, just floating, and it's just so like that's the first opening shot of the film. That's one of the murders. But there's a very Giallo-like kill in a swimming pool where it's red lighting going on, and this guy, it's actually a man, that he gets handcuffed to the fucking bike, can't get out of the fucking pool, he fucking drowns. There's some brutal ass little clever kills, and another guy, construction workers in a manhole, he gets electrocuted. It's like, I don't know, it's a good one though.
It is, and you'll most likely find it at least here in the US under the Killing Hour title. That's what the DVD.
Blue Underground, on it. Yeah.
I like that title more.
Same director as He Knows You're Alone as well.
Yeah, Armand Mastroianni.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah, that's a good one.
There's a real nasty scene though that reminds me of New York Ripper. That's all I'll say. There's a scene with a woman on a bed, and that's how I'll leave it alone. I'm not gonna spoil that part, but and I didn't see the end reveal. That shit, I didn't see it coming. But
very good picks. Those never come up anywhere.
Right, so I got two. I got one that I love and one that I only just recently saw. But so the first one up is Windows.
Talia Shire.
So this is man, this is directed by, and this gets a lot of shit online, and I've never understood why people don't like this film. So it's directed by Gordon Willis, and he's well known for the Godfather trilogy. He was more of a cinematographer than anything else. I think this killed his career, funny enough.
Yeah,
but it stars Talia Shire from Rocky. She plays Emily. She's this shy, kind of stuttering woman. She's recently divorced. She's living on her own in New York City. She gets home one night and she comes across this guy on her front door and he starts attacking her, black gloves and all that. He takes her inside. He sexually assaults her. But what he does is he's got this tape recorder and he records it all on tape.
Oh, shit.
And and literally within a few days then she suffers another attack from the same man. But luckily enough, her friend is there, Andrea, at the time, and she fights him off. She jams his hand in the door and all that. Early on, it's got real, like, Giallo vibes. I will say that it does show his hand a little bit too quick in terms of, we find out what's been going on too early, really. She takes this taxi ride, and she ends up finding out that the driver is the actual guy who sexually assaulted her. And the thing with this one, because it's obviously, influenced by Hitchcock's Rear Window. And there's that, those shots where you see into a whole apartment and all that up in the sky and what have you. But this was released 3 weeks before Cruising by United Artists. And it's literally got, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it's got an underlying theme, the same as Cruising, I guess you could say. I suppose you could say it anyway. So the gay activists really picketed this film because everyone was kind of at the time with Cruising, gay characters were becoming stereotyped, dangerous psychopaths in films.
Yeah.
So this kind of got, I don't know, just lost in the shuffle a little bit. It's got an Ennio Morricone score, which I love. And I just think it's one of those little gems that people, Lorne and Stone from New York. So have you both seen this one?
I have.
Yeah.
Honestly, I did not like Windows, but that's part of the reason for that is because I just don't like Talia Shire as an actress. Ironically enough, I actually did own that Blu-ray at one point, and I liked the interviews on it. I ended up giving the movie as a gift to B-Movie Mike, who lives down in Florida. Yeah, he liked it a lot more than I did. So I mean, I think it was a perfect gift for him. I mean, it just is.
I love the New York, like in the background, the Brooklyn Bridge and all that.
Gordon Willis,
I love watching that. Yeah,
Gordon Willis was an amazing cinematographer, and he knew how to choose New York City locations because he had shot all of Woody Allen's movies. Yeah. And he has an eye for detail and everything. I just thought the story was very so what.
I hear that a lot, actually.
Yeah. It's not one of the worst I've ever seen, but not great. Yeah.
It definitely got hammered hard because of the
maybe a little too harshly, maybe just a bit too harshly.
What about Lorne? How do you feel about it?
Well, I think it's kind of what we were talking about before. It's I think that films of a certain time and place benefit from their time and place quite a lot. And I think Windows is a good example of a film that I think for the wrong reasons that we fetishize that whole period of New York to a degree. Not that we necessarily want to live there, right?
Right.
But it felt like something. It felt like a moment. I guess like you could think of it as like none of us really want to go fight in the Second World War. but we're all kind of watching those documentaries with something like nostalgia for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that time period helps any movie that was lucky enough to film those streets at that time.
The grimy, gritty.
Well, but a very specific grime and gritty, right?
Yeah.
Like New York of the late 70s, early 80s does not, even in late 80s, up to 91 actually, doesn't feel like anywhere else on Earth. It's a very specific,
oh yes,
word vibe, right?
Yeah.
And I think that like we have only so many relics of that time that we can touch. And I think Windows benefits big time from that. For most of it, I mean, I remember there's a lot of just indoors shots in that film that probably could be anywhere.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, there's a lot of apartment.
But it's an example like Don't Look Now, right? Whereas the setting helps that story vastly.
Yeah. Mm.
So I think it's more a matter of like they pick the right environments and the guy to film those environments to save the film from what would have been otherwise a lot more of an obscurity than it even has. So
it's like the Michael Powell thing. It kind of his directing career was gone after this film.
Yeah, well, I mean, Michael Powell got just run over, and you know what? I'll never quite forgive Hitchcock for not extending a very public olive branch, because he probably could have stopped that blacklisting from happening.
Yeah. The other quick one I'll mention. Oh, sorry, I don't know if you've got anything.
No, that's fine.
First time watch was White of the Eye.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious to see what you thought.
This wasn't for me really. I don't think. I know Dirk didn't like it. So this is directed by Donald Cammell. This is only his third film in like 2 decades. You've got Paul David Keith. He's like this hi-fi audio expert, and he installs all this high-end sound systems for all these wealthy people. There's a series of brutal murders going on. You know, this killer's targeting affluent young housewives in the area. Suspicion falls heavily on Paul, and there's no build-up when you got the reveal to the killer in this. It starts off great. You've got the eye shot, you know, straight out of Deep Red. You've got the POV shots and all that. There's 2 kills, I think, in the film, which have done great, the best parts of the film. But that reveal is just absolutely fucking stupid. The way
it is, man. It's just like, fuck you. We don't give a shit. You know, like we're making this.
There's no suspense in the lead up to that whatsoever, and it's just, yeah. And I mean,
fuck you and your mystery. You know?
You can work it out by the cover there if you see the fucking killer on the cover.
Right.
You know it is straight away without even watching the film.
Oh, he's got a bandana on his face.
Yeah. But no, I White the Eye. Thumbs down for me.
They did make stupid movies in the back in the day too.
I wonder why Dirk was saying, "Oh, you should watch that." I mean, I don't think you'll like it, but get it out of the way, I guess.
Well, Stone, what do you got for us?
I have a couple, and well, the second one I will admit is a DePalma movie, so I think it would be a great, perfect segue. But the first one I have is, I think, might be a surprise to all of you. Back in 2007, I was actually a member of the Golden Raspberry Foundation, which, of course, dishonors the worst in film. It was the one time I actually flew out to LA for the actual ceremony.
Oh, that's cool.
And let's just say that you know, I think it was pretty unanimous what the worst picture was going to be and who the worst actress was going to be. I mean, pretty much all the awards except for one went to this movie. When I saw it again 10 years later, my opinion had significantly changed on it, believe it or not. And that, in fact, was a movie called I Know Who Killed Me, starring Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Which, look, I think it got too much hate back in 2007. I honestly think it did. I think that it got a bad rap. I think that a lot of the hate stemmed from just, you know, Lindsay Lohan,
Lohan,
you know, and her off-screen shenanigans. When I found out that apparently she had appendicitis during the making of this movie, and then she had to stay. She actually lost even more time from work because apparently the wound got infected. Poor girl. Yeah, she wasn't out because of the flu or like any like. No, she was legitimately ill, and Paramount, the studio, they were very patient, you know, and letting her come back on board. But look, everybody complains about that movie because of the director's fetish with blue, the color blue. In some shots, it's downright amazing to see. Regardless, I mean, you know, I do think that there's some very interesting, provocative uses of color and tone, and it's ruined by the ending, which is just ridiculous, I think. But at the same time, I do think that it was a admirable attempt at an American Giallo. I might be in the minority on this.
I haven't seen the film, so
I like it. I think it's like almost like a popcorn watch, and you can't take anything serious in it.
Wow.
It's just, you know what I mean? I enjoy it, and it being like in these American Giallo forums and all that, I was all over it straight away. Didn't see it when it came out, but not long after. Got a DVD somewhere.
Don't listen to the Razzies. You know, I voted for it, and I'm almost ashamed that I did. And Lindsay Lohan, believe it or not, I don't think deserved the hate for it either. I mean, you know, even though she opened herself, I think, up for mockery just because of the fact that she had done The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday, where she played two versions of herself, and she did that in I Know Who Killed Me.
We could just blame Disney.
Yeah, we can just blame Disney for that. But at any rate, going beyond that, it's actually one of the best films to ever win the Razzie for Worst Picture. But going into DePalma, honestly, this has always been and will probably always be my favorite DePalma movie, which is, of course, Dressed to Kill.
100%.
With Michael Caine and Nancy Allen and Keith Gordon. Wonderful depiction of early 80s New York City. That entire sequence in the Museum of Modern Art is one of the best I've ever seen in any movie, period.
Yeah.
It is, you know, suspense at a fever pitch throughout. Great use of lights and shadow. The Pino Donaggio score is remarkable. I adore Dressed to Kill with all my heart. And, you know, even after watching half of DePalma's entire filmography over the weekend, Dressed to Kill is still the zenith as far as I'm concerned when it comes to.
So you mentioned the Razzies. That was at the time.
Like, it was nominated. So it fits. It fits along with I Know Who Killed Me. It was nominated for Worst Picture, believe it or not.
It's insane to me. I think
crazy.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing I will say about that film, and it is like, to me, it's like it is my favorite. But Nancy Allen's performance, like, I don't think she's the best actress in the world, and kind of hurts it a little bit. But it's still like, I hold that in high esteem. Dressed to Kill, I love it.
She's one of the nicer people I've met. Just very warm and had stories about everything.
She was married, wasn't she, to DePalma? Yeah,
she was married to DePalma at the time. Yeah, they did 3 films together. Yeah. But can I also just shout out also real quick to, I think, one of the real scene stealers of the movie. Oh my God, why is his name escaping me now? Who plays the detective?
Oh, the guy from Psycho 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, pick up the knife, Psycho.
Yeah.
Come on, why is the name escaping me?
He was in
Lauren.
The Fury as well, which I watched this week.
He was in The Fury and Blowout and Body Double. And by the time I got to Raising Cain, I'm like, where? Oh my God, where is he when we need him?
Dennis Franz. Do you know?
Dennis Franz. Thank you, Cliff.
Yeah.
Thank you. We needed Dennis Franz to appear in every Brian De Palma movie after that, because he was.
There's this Joe Steeler in Blowout too.
Oh yes, yeah.
But with Dressed to Kill, though, what I like about it is you think you almost kind of know the killer's gonna be, but they do that thing with the policewoman that looks exactly the same.
Yes.
And they kind of throw you off a little bit first time you watch it, and I enjoyed that.
Angie Dickinson. Angie
Oh
Dickinson.
man, yeah, they kill her off early, don't they? Like, he does, he's a big psycho fan, you know, does what, you know, what the actress does in that. But that's a great choice.
Great choice. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, it's funny. I only realized until you mentioned it. Yeah, the Dress to Kill was actually a Razzie nominee, which is just
numerous Razzies as well.
Well, admittedly, The Shining was too, and even though I don't love The Shining, I don't.
It was
a Razzie nomination.
It was Duvall's performance, right?
Yeah, well, that and also they nominated Kubrick for worst director.
Really?
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
As far as American Giallos go, before we get really into DePalma, there's a 1987 film that no one ever talks about. It's not obscure, but no one ever talks about Dead of Winter.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I like that one. I've seen that. Yeah.
Dead of Winter bridges mystery and horror so well.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
It's such a wonderfully claustrophobic film. It's clever. It has a couple great twists in it actually, and it's just a pressure cooker film. It's what I call situational horror, whereas you set up a situation and let it play out.
How is that not better known with Rowdy McDowell and Mary Steenburgen? I mean,
you really would think that we talk about this movie more than we do.
I've never heard about it. Yeah.
And
it was on a double DVD with Audrey Rose, I believe.
Yeah,
it's on a 88 Films Blu-ray in the UK. Yeah. That's how I saw it, and it's a little gem. I agree.
It's like people will talk about a film like Simple Blood all the time. That still gets talked about.
Or Blood Simple.
Blood Simple. Sorry.
Blood Simple. Yeah. The Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah,
love that.
I like Dead of Winter way more.
Oh really?
Oh, Dirk would love it. Dirk would love it. Yeah.
And again, and this was really, I'm like, 87 is kind of the twilight of what I call like the classic era of cinema. There's something that happened in the 90s, and it wasn't bad at the time, right? I think we all kind of enjoyed the Jurassic Park Independence Day thing when it was happening, because it felt very fresh and exciting, and blockbusters finally kind of looked like we all thought blockbusters should look like.
Yeah.
But something about the soul of cinema got sucked right out the door and has never returned to American cinema anyway, to be fair. So we're right at the cusp of that not existing anymore, and film's not really feeling like film with a capital F anymore. Movies still exist, but very few escapist films exist now, right? I think there's just something about that time period and the last gasp of what I consider like real classic cinema that this falls into, and somehow it's fallen through the cracks. The plot is crazy good, but it's not like a lot of moving pieces plot, but it's crazy good. The dialogue is exceptional. The performances are wonderful, and the setting and that snowstorm.
Oh yeah, this is perfect time to watch it as well.
I've always said that if there's one thing I could change about The Shining, which is funny that we just mentioned The Shining, but it'd be that the snowstorm at the end of that film never gets its glamour shot. When that snowstorm is coming in, we should have seen it hitting the Overlook. We should have felt that until really we get that scene of them opening the window that's too small for Shelley to get out of, but the kid can get out of.
Yeah.
It's not clear how much snow we're talking about out there.
Right.
And it should have been. It's the one thing I would argue for Kubrick, and he probably had some high-minded ideal about it. There's some probably artistically pure reason he didn't want to do it. But damn it, from just a structural storytelling point of view, give me that shot. I want to hear bombastic music playing as these storm clouds are unleashing this white hell upon the mountainside that we saw in that opening drive up to the Overlook.
Right.
Well, this movie really effectively turns the weather into a character in a way that I think is a missed opportunity in The Shining, an otherwise probably flawless film. So Dead of Winter is something I think everyone should give a spin. Is it going to be your favorite film of all time? No. Are you going to have great respect for it on the other side? Yeah, I think you will.
Yeah.
And to me, it captures the spirit of Giallo's in that it has that classic movie feel. It understands how to use suspense and even shock sequences, though it's not the shock sequences of an Argento or a Fulci.
Right. It's funny because it is a movie like anybody that's seen it really likes it. It's just kind of become forgotten by time, and I'm not sure
I can't
why.
believe I haven't never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a hit when it came out. But again, someday when you have free time, just look at the box office charts of a year like 86 or 87, and you're gonna be like, there was no room for something like Dead of Winter.
Oh yeah.
What, like everything was out.
I mean, it had such. I mean, Mary Steenburgen and Roddy McDowall, obviously, but you also have William Russ, who you know, a lot of '90s kids will remember. Wayne Robson, the great Canadian character actors in that one. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up actually, because that is an amazing film. Maybe we'll do it on Dead End Drive-In at some point. I feel like that's one we need to talk about more.
I thought it was kind of misplaced in the slasher classics collection, though, because it's not really a slasher. I can see the elements there, but I can definitely see the Giallo elements now. You mentioned that as well. We'll have to do it on the show, man, because I know Dirk would love it. Get you guys,
especially a first time watch. I'd be curious.
Yeah, give me a reason to check it out.
Yeah, with deep
I think it's available everywhere to stream, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like hard
somebody,
to hold of.
Petite said it's on too. So there you go.
Yeah.
I think it's everywhere.
Yeah.
There you go. So I got two I'm going to go through pretty quick, and then we can, talk a little more about DePalma. So when I heard American Giallo, I really wanted to do one that was very much an attempt to make an Italian Giallo on a $25,000 budget, a shot on Super 8. I mean, that's an undertaking. We substitute Rome for Long Island, New York, and that is 5 Dead on the Crimson Canvas.
I
bought it, but I've not cracked it open yet because of what
I haven't seen it. So
it's a 1996 film from writer-director Joseph F. Parda, and it's one that always stuck in my head because I've been going to conventions now for going on 32 years, and the one person that I used to see all the time at Fangoria Weekend of Horrors is one of the stars of this film, Joe Zazzo. I'd always see him at Fangoria Weekend of Horrors and other conventions up in the New York, New Jersey area. He's a legit fan. In fact, there's a Terror Vision set of some of the movies he made when he was a kid in the early 80s, I believe. Always just a really cool dude. And I remember actually buying this from him. And look, it's shot on Super 8. It was filmed guerrilla style. It was at one point they just shot when it wasn't busy at the Bedrock Lesbian Bar in Manhattan, just sneaking shots wherever they could, whoever knew somebody. It is, look, not obviously it's hard. We just in general, based on your location, it's hard to get the same beautiful locations that we get in so many Giallo films, trying to do it in the US. It's a much younger country, and I think he does a pretty decent job here with this movie. It's not great. It's not going to make your top 10 Giallos or anything like that, but I do think it's better than you would expect for something shot in the 90s, trying to be an Italian Giallo. There's a pretty cool sequence involving Piranha in there, which I know Joe has told the story like I was just bought a tank at a yard sale kind of stuff, and made it work. I would be really curious, anybody that's seen it and might have some love for it. It's very much just a straight Giallo with all the twists and turns, gratuitous nudity and violence. Yeah, if you want to check out a 90s American Giallo on a budget, check out Five Dead on the Crimson Canvas.
Oh, you've got me interested now. You're watching that.
I mean, I'll get it eventually. I know it's kind of high right now. So.
It'll be on sale. Yeah.
For that time period, would you say it's better than Fatal Frames? Because they're around about the same time period.
Oh man, that'd be
I'd have to revisit Fatal Frames again.
I love Fatal Frames. I
think that's the better
for all
movie.
The right reasons.
Alfester, man. Brilliant.
A lot of attempts at American Giallo into the 2000s does not work very well. You know, it just doesn't. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's going back. Yeah. There's been a lot, like specifically late 90s into the 2000s, where it's like, yeah, you just don't. It's more than just the black gloved killer. You're not getting the aesthetic right.
There's one called Faces in the Crowd.
Yeah,
have you heard of that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Any good?
I think I've seen it, man. I mean,
that's Mila Jovovich.
I know that title
well.
for sure.
Yeah, Mila.
Yeah. It's funny. I didn't even think of that as an American Giallo. There's a lot you can kind of put in there if you really wanted to.
Right. Noir. You could a lot of noir. You could. It's hand in hand with it.
Yeah, if you're going down the list, I mean, you know, when we said we were doing American Giallos, a couple people commented, it's like, well, there's not that many, are there? And I'm like, no, actually, there's quite a few. They may not call it
your
that.
Definition, I guess. You know?
Yeah.
You're just going for the regular trope, black glove killer, and all that. No, probably not.
I think the best one, though, I didn't mention it. For me, is Alice, Sweet Alice. I think that just captures everything.
I love that
Giallo
movie.
film.
So Giallos were the term in Italy was for cheap paperbacks, which were generally reprints of American mystery novels. Right. So America should have no lack of adjacent films to the subgenre. The problem is, of course, like Giallo, part of what is the flavor of the Giallo is from it being European in nature and Italian specifically. Just like New York in the 70s and early 80s had a look and feel, well, Italy in the 70s from 68 to 81 or so had a look too. And it's hard to reproduce that. And that's part of the aesthetic. That's part of the overall appeal. So it is kind of hard for America to really get all the elements without it, you know, kind of descending into kind of almost parody.
Yeah.
Which is like the movie The Editor, which I actually don't dislike that. I know some Giallo purists hate that movie, but it gets the weirdness of the time period right. It just comes off as parody because kind of that's where we're at. We're in a more cynical age in America, and anything too pure is going to come off as a little bit, I don't know.
I still haven't seen The Editor.
I find that movie very funny. It is a comedy, but it is.
Yeah, it's a spoof. I've never seen it. I do own it.
I know.
How do you guys feel about Eyes of Laura Mars? Because I know Dirk's not a big fan. I don't think.
I am going to give it a rewatch, but I'm not a big fan of it.
I don't think I finished it.
I love that. I love that one as well.
I like Eyes of Laura Mars.
Yeah. Again, that New York City vibe.
There's a film from about the same period called Looker that I think might be the superior film.
I've heard of Looker. I've not seen it. Yeah.
It's not that they're the same movie or anything, but if you want to scratch that itch, Looker might be the better itch to scratch.
And when I'm thinking of Eyes of Laura Mars, I think the main reason I didn't like it is because of, and I usually like Steve Railsback. I didn't like him in that film. He's playing twin brothers, or if I remember right.
Looker is the one with written and directed by Michael Crichton, correct? Yeah. That's cited as the very first movie to have a computer-generated image. Even before Tron, even before Tron,
I've heard the opening scene in Looker. It's fantastic. But I've never, I've never seen it. No?
What is it?
Yeah.
Like the opening to Looker.
It's okay,
really good.
But
Is it like a murder sequence to open, or?
Yeah, I forget what happens. But yeah.
Well, Looker is very much a film about voyeurism, which, as this title perhaps suggests,
right?
That is a key element in Giallo, right?
Yeah.
And in fact, that's kind of the thing. Like, if you want to cut down to what Giallo is, it's the scene before the psycho shower scene of Norman peeking on Marion. That's a Giallo. Ultimately, if you need one image of like what is the source, I'd say that's probably as pure as it gets, because you get the eroticism, you get the insinuation of violence. So I think suspense is more important than the shock sequences in Giallo as a genre as a whole. It's just that the Argento influence makes us think of it different.
Right.
But I almost wish that Argento had made a lot less Giallos.
And the twist, though, the twists is a big key to me.
But that's in Psycho too, as well, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, so I maybe as much as I was saying, Wallace, Baby Block as well deserves a credit for the birth of that genre.
Yeah. I love Psycho too, but maybe the best sequel
Me
ever.
too. Love it.
So my last one I'm going to go through quick because I'll be honest, it's not great. And that is 1979's Bloodline from director Terrence Young.
Audrey Hepburn. It's just
another one. Yeah, I got it upside down. There you go, Bloodline.
Oh,
also from
she's
Vinegar
upside down.
Syndrome. She is, yes.
And Inside Out.
So this director was very famous. He did Doctor Thunderball, some of the early and really good James Bond films. Also directed Audrey Hepburn in the 1967 thriller Wait Until Dark. Did some Bronson movies. This is kind of notorious for being Audrey Hepburn's first and last R-rated film. She was not initially meant to be cast. This was very close to being a Jacqueline Bisset role. Candice Bergen and Diane Keaton were all also courted at one point. The casting of Audrey Hepburn had a lot to do with the fact that they were doing a favor for the director, who was double mortgaging his house at the time to get this movie made. And I mean, I think the $1.25 million that Audrey got probably factored into it because she was going through a rough marriage at the time. But it is based on the 1977 Sidney Sheldon novel Bloodline. They changed the age. Audrey Hepburn was 50 years old at the point. She was supposed to be, I think, 23 or something. The character.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it's more of a curiosity piece. I picked it up because I was like, I've only seen this movie once. I'm kind of curious if it's better than I remember. It's not. It has its moments. Great cast. James Mason is in there. Ben Gazzara, who was having a romance on set with a revenge romance with Audrey Hepburn at the time. We get Goldfinger himself. And my cat is tearing up a book, so I'm gonna deal with that.
Save the book.
Depends on the book.
Well,
if it's Bleak December, we got a problem.
That is on a
maybe not if he buys a new copy.
I'll get another copy. So Gert Frobe, who played Goldfinger's in here. It's a curiosity piece. It's worth watching once. It very much my memory of it not being great, but once again, he's come up a lot tonight. Ennio Morricone did the music. It's a movie that also was initially supposed to be a John Frankenheimer film, who exited because he was working on Prophecy.
Okay. Yeah.
German tax shelter movie all the way. It was a notorious flop. But I'm glad I watched it again. It'll probably be the last time. But Hollywood legend in a film that involved a snuff subplot, which he claimed to not know about, but I kind of know.
Wait Until Dark is way better.
Watch that. Watch
that instead of Bloodline.
But as a curiosity piece, it might be worth a one-time watch. Omar Sharif's also in here. It does have a very good cast. So yeah, that's all I got. I guess we can talk DePalma.
DePalma, yeah.
Yes. What did you guys rewatch anything in particular for the DePalma segment?
I had a new watch, one of them, but I've seen most of his like thrillers anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know who wants to kick it off.
Okay. I rewatched Blowout.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to as well.
Yeah,
that was Nancy Allen. Yeah.
Yeah, which some of Travolta's best acting, I think. In
I agree.
Blowout.
Yeah,
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
John Lithgow as well.
Do you think Nancy Allen's better in that than in Dress to Kill, or vice versa?
She's better in this than I think.
Man.
I prefer her character in Dress to Kill.
Yeah, I can kind of see
still playing a prostitute in both films.
Yeah.
DePalma's wife. What's going on there?
She's a high class prostitute, isn't she? In Blowout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Only like politicians.
Yeah.
This movie's pretty funny too. Like you forget, like when he's editing just that ridiculous scream in the
subway scene
and everything.
Subway scene, fucking great.
I just found it fascinating. Oh, I just found it fascinating that John Travolta and Nancy Allen, that their characters were the polar opposites of their characters in Carrie. Because in Carrie, John Travolta was just a lunkhead who wanted Nancy Allen to give him a BJ. And in Blowout, he's actually the smart one.
Yeah.
Right.
Very fascinating. Very fascinating.
Yeah, great, very melancholy ending to it. And John Lithgow might be one of the most talented human beings walking the planet. Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
I love John Lithgow, and yet I got to say that one of the first time watches for me for Brian De Palma was Obsession. Huge disappointment. And a part of the problem, I think, was John Lithgow, was just way too young for that role that he played. Obsession held me for about an hour, and then I predicted the twist, which is, always an issue with these types of movies. Bernard Herrmann's score is wonderful, if highly reminiscent of Vertigo, as is the movie in general. But at the end, I think it just kind of lost its way dramatically. And by the time Lithgow was like flying, I don't know how to pronounce her name, unfortunately, but helping her go off with friends. I'm like, where is he taking her? Where is he taking her? The third rock from the sun?
He's just so talented.
Totally.
Rule of Jenny Penn. The guy I believe is like 80 now, and he's still a force of nature. And
I don't know if y'all have seen this one, but one comes to mind with Lithgow would be Ricochet.
Oh yes, with Denzel Washington.
That fucking villain, like the character, man, is like he's off the fucking rails in that. And then in Dexter, man, the Dexter series. But I know this ain't about Lithgow, but the Trinity Killer, man.
I also saw. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying that when he plays the Trinity Killer, that's some of the best shit he's done, I think.
Yeah, he was kind of the comedy guy for a while. I think maybe Harry and the Hendersons, and kind of going into Third Rock, like he was kind of the comedy sitcom guy, and it's like, man, you can do anything. You could play a teenage girl and probably make it work. He's just so good. I'm sorry, my cat is being an asshole right now, but Lorne, what was your first experience with De Palma?
First De Palma?
Yeah, if you remember.
I'm not even sure. Probably Carrie, because Carrie.
Oh yeah.
So my favorite De Palma is clearly the only real answer, and that's Phantom of the Paradise.
Yes.
Any other answer is simply wrong.
Yeah.
I don't love that one as much as I should. I feel like, but it just
well,
never...
Dan, you know, I freely admit that I'm not perfect, but you're proving it for yourself right now.
What can I say? I don't hate it. I just never found it to be the master.
I got 10 minutes into it and give up.
Fucking phenomenal.
Because me and Dirk was talking back last week, and it's like, I wonder what Lorne's gonna pick, and I'm like, definitely found them.
I'm not gonna talk about Phantom of the Paradise.
Oh, okay.
Just Phantom of the Paradise is the kind of gonzo entertainment that we don't get anymore.
That's
Take
true.
the concept, run with it, and do the fucking thing. And now everything is so test marketed and driven to a specific audience, and you'd never get something like Phantom of the Paradise. Never. Now I want to talk about The Untouchables. The Untouchables was a huge film when it came out. And yet it's one of those films that doesn't get talked about really all that much. And you never get people really championing it. But if it's playing around you, you are sitting down and watching the rest of the goddamn movie every time.
Yeah.
And by the way, when people do talk about the film, they talk about all the wrong things. Fuck De Niro as Capone. Fuck him. The thing's not that fucking good compared to the rest of the movie. Fuck you.
Kevin Costner, Mitchell and Ness.
Costner is really good.
Yes.
Connery is really good. Garcia is amazing.
Yes. Andy Garcia.
That set up with the baby carriage and the spiral staircase and taking the shot. Holy fuck. Tell me there's not a better suspense action sequence ever shot.
It's fucking pretty damn good.
Maybe Battleship Potemkin.
Maybe.
But
it's just it was DePalma finally having the budget and the power in Hollywood to just make something.
Yeah.
And he basically, I mean, he'd get to do it again with Mission Impossible, right?
He got that fuck you money with The Untouchables.
But there's something about, again, that time period. Mission Impossible is a little too late. It's just a little bit too late.
Yeah.
That classic era line, I'm not going to give you a date on a map or a date on a calendar, but Mission Impossible, that lives in that Jurassic Park Independence Day world.
Yeah.
You know, Untouchables lives in that same world where The Godfather lives and where you know, Halloween lives and where even films way older like Wizard of Oz live. And it's this remarkable film about a group of men that set out to do something that no one thinks they can do, right?
Yeah.
And it mirrors really nicely where a lot of those people were in their careers. Connery was not Bond anymore.
Yep.
What does one do when you're known for pretty much one character in particular? Like, how do you prove you still got something to offer the film world?
You make Zardoz, of course.
You don't make Zardoz.
Yes.
You don't. In fact, you make The Untouchables to make people forget about Zardoz. And it's just one of those movies that I wish more people would just get off whatever the problem is. And maybe it's the Costner thing, but I can't imagine anyone else in the role.
No, I mean, Untouchables, man, like it's easy watch, man. Easy fucking watch.
Because
put that shit on. I mean, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna watch it if it's on. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not.
No, it's fantastic, and I actually, I mean, I've talked about this before, but I as a kid, I used to trade mail with Billy Drago, who I was gonna actually go to his acting school at one point, and my parents weren't keen on me being a Hollywood child actor, probably a good thing. So I never went, but Untouchables is one of those movies, like, it's always been there, it's always been on TV, but it is a masterpiece. It's right up there with his other work, all these great shot. I mean, you look at that filmography, I mean, yeah, there's Black Dahlia and you know, some recent stuff, but overall, I mean, my God, DePalma's filmography is insane. And I hope he gets to go out with one more. I know he's got a couple things in production. I believe he's 85, 86, but he's still out there working on them.
Not that I'm a fan, but Quentin Tarantino constantly talks about DePalma.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Why doesn't he just? Why if DePalma should just call Tarantino and say, "Could you write something for me?" Because what would happen is Hollywood would just give him the money to do it and leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah,
you're not going to mess with a Tarantino screenplay.
You know what I think it is, though? I think it's creative control. There would be a struggle there. I feel like.
I think maybe this would be the one case where Tarantino said, "Fuck it, I want to see this film."
Yeah.
I don't believe Tarantino's done. I really don't.
But to hear Tarantino, what he says, he's not going to let anybody direct his. He's got to direct whatever he writes.
Might be the one guy that if he called him and said, "I want my last movie to be written by you," and it's his hero.
Yeah, he might.
I mean, it comes down to DePalma and Friedkin ain't an option.
Yeah.
Right.
I could see him even like Brian Trenchard Smith, like let's remake Siege of Firebase Gloria or something like that.
Sure.
I want to see Tarantino just have some fun, like do your slasher movie.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, I still can't imagine what a Quentin Tarantino Star Trek would have looked like, but better than anything they're doing now.
I want to see the Tarantino, the Psychic remake that he talked about.
Oh yeah.
I kind of don't want to see any of it because I haven't really loved anything since Reservoir Dogs. But
really,
yeah.
What the hell?
I think he's a self-indulgent director to a degree that is counterproductive. He needs an editor, and he needs to stop with his quippy dialogue because it's like the Gilmore Girls on acid. I'm tired of it, and I've been tired a long time.
Reservoir Dogs is my favorite Tarantino.
Well, yeah, because it's the best thing he's made.
Oh, Reservoir Dogs is.
Most people pick Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, I every time I've only seen Pulp Fiction 3 times, front to back, and every time I liked it less, so I stopped watching it. So I'd at least say I like that movie.
Okay.
Because I think if I watch it one more time, I'm not going to be saying that.
Pulp Fiction brought me to Reservoir Dogs, though. So
yeah, well.
Yeah,
I saw Reservoir Dogs as soon as it hit video back in the day, and I bought the Laserdisc like the next day.
Yeah,
like that film quite a lot. Now, yes, it's City on Fire. I get it, okay? And the opening scene is just Larry Cohen's cue. I get it, but still,
well, you're stealing from some cool shit at least.
Yeah. And it's enough of its own thing, despite the plagiarism.
And his dialogue is fucking fine.
In that movie it is because man he had the actors to actually do something with it. Later on he would be too controlling of the actors and it all just sounds like Quentin Tarantino speaking Quentin Tarantino through people. He's like he's the ghost puppeting the dead man.
Right.
Bring it full circle.
Not to be controversial, but I'm gonna say even though I like the majority of De Palma's films, some of them I actually really love, like Body Double and Sisters is wonderful as well.
Oh yes,
Fury was a first time watch. I mean, I had a lot of fun watching that.
Yeah, the Fury is one that gets overlooked quite a bit. I'd put that over Firestarter. Same.
Oh yeah,
type of film in a way.
Yeah.
Way better.
I watched it this week actually, the Fury for the show. I was kind of mixed on it.
You like Firestarter better or the Fury better? I'm just curious.
No, it's been a while since I've seen Firestarter.
Firestarter is a really unfair comparison, though, because until you get to the climatic scene, that film sucks.
I mean, the remake. My God, remake was fucking trash.
Okay, yeah.
The original. I mean, George C. Scott is trying to do something, but no one else is.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's okay. So once she actually does her carry routine and everything's on fire, at the end, it's it's okay.
Right.
Not a great film. And to be fair, when people talk about all the great King adaptations, no one ever says Firestarter anyway.
No,
I don't see it in most people's top 10s. And there's
what honestly might be the best King adaptation, and this is here. You want controversy, Stone? Here you go. Dead serious? Cat's Eye.
I was gonna say that as well. Yeah, I like that.
Cat's Eye is a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's if we're judging film by how fun it is to rewatch, yeah, Cat's Eye is infinitely rewatchable.
Yeah.
That, and I'm not even talking about the scene with the segment with the troll and the cat. It's Quitters Inc. It's a perfect adaptation of that short story. Perfect.
Oh, you talking about
the cigarette smoker is made to walk around the building on the leg.
Yeah, James Woods.
James Woods. Yeah.
It's a short story from Night Shift. That's
my favorite segment of the whole movie. Of that whole damn thing. Yeah, for sure.
But I do. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
Oh, I was going to say, I do think that DePalma's most overrated film, if not his worst, I'm not going to call it his worst, but I think his most overrated is Scarface.
And I was going to bring up Scarface because nobody fucking talks about Scarface anymore. And man,
this is the superior Scarface. This will always be Scarface to me. The 1932 original, directed by Howard Hawks, starring Paul Muni as Tony Camonte. And you know who also is in this? Boris Karloff and Anthony Perkins' dad.
Right.
Yeah.
But the quotable lines in Scarface, like the one with Al Pacino, the time when it was happening, the cocaine cowboys.
Yeah, true.
Was fucking, I mean, dude, Miami Vice and shit during this time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, like that score, Michelle Pfeiffer, fucking man, dude.
Pfeiffer and the score, I think, are the two best things about the 83.
I think that Oliver Stone's screenplay is really solid.
Yeah.
Really?
And Spielberg shot that scene where they're going up the fucking staircase. They're going after Tony. Spielberg shot that shit. Did y'all ever hear that?
Yeah.
No, I did not hear that, but
no, I mean the quotable lines, you need a fucking army if you're gonna take me, you know, like fucking
I think
all I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that shit.
I think Scarface's big problem today is that in the 90s, when hip hop culture really took over the mainstream of American culture, Scarface was placed right at the middle of it.
Right.
It was everywhere for a while. And I think people are just exhausted of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you can't deny the fucking drug deal chainsaw scene.
No, listen, I like Scarface a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Actually,
great, man. I've seen this movie so many fucking times.
Would you guys go Scarface or Carlito's Way?
Carlito's
Way. I've seen. I've not seen Scarface. Funny enough,
love
Carlito's. You haven't seen it.
Carlito's Way. I love.
Yeah,
I do love that film.
Carlito's Way doesn't get enough love.
Doesn't get enough.
Carlito's Way is an almost perfect gangster film.
It is.
So people always say that Scarface is a gangster film, and it's about a gangster, but it's not a gangster film.
No, it's a man.
The Mooney film is a gangster film.
Right.
The Stone adaptation, Stone wanted to make it about a man who falls in love with his sister, and that's what takes down his empire. He makes no mistakes except one.
Right.
And it breaks a cardinal rule of what it is to be a man. And he spends the whole film talking about being a man.
Yep.
And guess what? He fails.
Yeah.
Say goodnight to the bad guy.
And that's the downfall. So it's kind of this Greek tragedy, or at least a Shakespearean, one of the lesser Shakespearean tragedies. I think Stone wanted to take a property that probably didn't need to be remade, but he said, if we're going to do this, we're not going to try and make a better film in that same vein. We're going to do something that is primarily different. And I think he signals that by changing the ethnicity of the main character.
Yeah.
He literally kills somebody to get a green card.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes into the country. It's the rise and fall.
Right.
Just absolute power is what he was after.
Right. Because he's talking about the American. It's like he's in the embodiment of the American dream. Like so that the post-war dream was the picket fence in the house. By the 80s, it's I want to run a drug empire.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's talking about a man as a society. And again, when the morality finally really fails on a personal primal level, then it collapses. And I think that's what Stone was trying to say about the society. Now, you don't have any of that work without a director like DePalma come in and find that a visual way to tell that story. These are all fine ideas to throw out there, but like you need someone who can actually put it into pictures.
And he gets there. And I mean, it's also like, be careful what you want, because he wants the trophy wife, but does he really want that once he gets, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's so many ways to look at Scarface. But,
he becomes a misogynistic scumbag to her. I mean,
well, she's a blow cane whore, you know, like.
Right, but why is she that?
She betrays Frank Lopez to fucking be with Tony. So, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think that it's not a coincidence that the film begins as a criticism of Reagan's, amnesty of Cuban exiles. The movie is definitely a socio-political tract.
Yes.
And I think, again, the hip-hop culture embrace of that, you probably gets it on some subliminal level, but didn't really understand what the movie's about. It really just understood about the movie with being about that final gun battle in the mansion.
Yeah.
But I think underlying it, why the film appealed is because it was kind of talking about the same things that were being talked about in the hip-hop records at the time.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think people are just exhausted of Scarface, which is the reason perhaps not being the conversation.
I'll never be exhausted of Scarface. It's fucking phenomenal.
It's a great movie. I think it's like, I mean, how many Scarface parodies have there been? There've been entire pro wrestlers.
And you know, I didn't say the main line that everybody fucking says. But.
Just remember, it wouldn't exist without this.
Oh, I know.
Just remember that. Just remember
both.
So, okay, wait, Stone, look at me. Okay, but be serious for a moment. Scarface versus Angels with Dirty Faces.
Ooh.
Be honest.
Cagney, right?
Yeah, Scarface.
Ooh, I don't know if I can
look, man. I mean, man, this Scarface is my favorite gangster movie of all time. Period. It's my favorite pre-code movie. I mean, and here's an interesting connection. In the remake, Robert Loggia, who plays Al Pacino's boss, in the original, it was Anthony Perkins' father. Robert Loggia was also in Psycho 2 the same year as Scarface.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just briefly want to go back to The Fury again. It was like a first time watch. I mentioned I know Stone watched it for the first time as well. Yeah. And that film has to be like an influence on Cronenberg's Scanners. That whole ending. Yeah. I mean, I was mixed on it, but the whole ending I loved. All the sidekick stuff and all that was fantastic. It was a bit too actiony for me. Because early on in the film, you see Kirk Douglas, and he's a 50-year-old man. He's jumping out of windows and fucking like just completely, not what a 50-year-old man would be doing. And kind of took me out a little bit with the action scenes. But that ending, man, is
saying you and I can't jump out windows, Darren?
Not like that.
I'm going to take that as a challenge, man.
Oh man,
you might have to get together and jump out some windows.
I mean, I could try, but I'd break my neck doing it.
Yeah,
but what a great cast, though. John Cassavetes. You got like an early, young Daryl Hannah. So, yeah, I was mixed. I think, I'll give it another go. I always say watch a film 2 or 3 times before you have a proper opinion.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd just tick one off the list as well. I've watched most of his thrillers, not, a lot. I've watched more than I haven't of his films. And you talk about influence as well, I think. Because there's a big debate. Was he influenced with Dressed to Kill by Dario Argento? Yeah, was Dario Argento influenced by DePalma with Tenebrae? So I think a lot of these directors took a little bit off each other.
I think the answer.
Although they won't admit it. None of them do admit it, but yeah. Yeah.
They're all film fans. They're influenced, whether
DePalma was going to, watching. He had this film club, didn't he? Back in the early 70s, and he was watching all those Giallo films. He was, but yeah.
There's no way at that level, they were not watching each other's movies. So
Exactly.
Well, all right. So I believe we have reached the end of our topics for the evening. Do you guys have anything you want to promote coming up on Subjective Perspective Collective?
We got we'll be covering William Girdler, man.
William Girdler,
that'll be fun.
Retrospective, kind of going through all his films.
Made 9 films before he passed away at the age of 30 in a helicopter accident. His last film was The Manitou.
Yeah,
Not a great film.
That's a fun ass movie.
Day of the Animals, and of course Grizzly.
Manitou's a series of Graham Masterton books that, amazingly enough.
I'm looking forward to Free on a Meat Hook. That's one I've always wanted to see.
I need to see it.
I'm
gonna be disappointed now.
I'm curious if it's gonna live up to your expectations.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you'd be surprised with Darren, man. Like some of this.
What are you trying to say?
That was one of the very first VHS tapes I ever bought.
I'm saying like some of these very crazy ass slashers, like they'll be like, I'll think they're god awful. You'll be like, man, I love that fucking movie.
I know, me and Dirk, we don't always agree, man. But that was funny enough. That film was like a year before the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I'm kind of interested to see what influence it may have, if any.
You didn't just do yourself a favor if you're looking for comparisons.
Oh yeah, I'll aim low. I'll aim low expectations.
I would say you've seen Deranged, right?
I like Deranged.
Yeah,
Deranged is amazing.
Deranged is a much better film.
Okay.
I do have a soft spot for 3 on Meat Hook because again, it was one of my first VHSs that I plunked my own money down, bought, went home. The tracking didn't work properly on the tape, so it was flipping every minute and a half or something. But it had nudity, it had violence, and it had almost audible dialogue. So
it's all you
need.
I don't know what the copy's like. Like I got an old bootleg, so I'm presuming it's a really bad copy. I'm looking forward to it.
That only should exist in bad copies, though.
Okay, so it adds to it a little bit, yeah.
No, it's just that's what that movie is. There's no other way. If they clean that movie up, it would cease to be what it is.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm excited to check that episode out, especially first time watches. That's always cool. And Stone, do you have anything solo coming up or?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. But hopefully I'll have something set up when we talk about William Girdler. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
And tomorrow you can catch me live on our Flesh Wound Features Best and Worst of 2025 show. That's always a lot of fun. So you can see who wins the infamous Shit Pickle Award, which I guess for 2026 is Primate so far for Lorne.
Fucking Primate.
Really? Shit Pickle, huh?
That comes from an infamous commentary track with the Fred Olin Ray and director Steve Latshaw and Jacko, where Steve Latshaw actually exits the commentary because Fred Olin Ray brings up a review that called the movie a shit pickle. So that's been a tradition for many years now. So yeah.
Lorne just said fucking Primate. That should be the alternative title, maybe.
Fucking Primate.
It's January, damn it.
Guys, just watch Solo before you watch Primate. Okay.
Yeah. It's just brownie.
That was a better film. It's just going to make you feel worse. But you're going to feel a lot smarter for having watched it than you're going to feel after watching Primate.
Remake Solo with chimpanzees.
And don't put electrolytes above your swimming pools.
There you go. All right. And Lorne, do you have anything to promote?
Kind of, but I can't discuss it. You'll see.
Okay. Well, then keep your eye out then. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you back here next month.
Yeah, man.
Good night.
Take it easy.